around even for me.
So is everyone else here? Is everyone ready?
Are we ready?
10 participants.
I'm ready.
Ready. Indu, Ivy, Jane.
Hi, Molly.
Hi, whoever said that. Nikki. Hi, Ruby.
Ivy, that's Ivy. I know your voice.
I'm here. Hi, Molly.
Hi. It is good to see you guys today. And Ruby, oh, I can see you now. Hi. All right, let me get in here and try and share my screen. I have to do that first.
It's a pretty kitty, Nikki.
Okay, so before we begin, if you have glasses on, go ahead and take them off.
Okay.
And find a good, stable seat. And we're going to use your microphones today, but not just yet. So go ahead and click all your mics off so I don't hear any background noise. And you guys don't hear any background noise. And hope you guys can see me. I didn't adjust this before I began. And find a good, easy Sukhasana, Padmasana, Vajrasana, whatever you want to sit in, as long as you're comfortable. Align to the curves of your spine. Let the lower tips of your shoulder blades lift your shoulders up so that you're straight and aligned to your curves. And then tuck your chin slightly so that your spine is in alignment, and let your hands fall to your lap. And today we're going to do Dharana Mudra. So let me see if you guys can see this. Your hands are cupped. If you are a male, put your left hand down on your lap, then your right hand on top, and touch your thumbs. If you're a female, put your right hand down on your lap, your left hand on top, and touch your thumbs. And this goes by what you identify as, not what you were born as, what society calls you. So today I'm going to switch it up and be male, but you don't hold it here, you put them in your laps. I'm holding it up so you can see. Dharana Mudra. If this were traditional Thai medicine, your thumbs would be apart so that you can have an unbroken meditation. But this is Ayurveda, so we put our thumbs together. And that's to connect the circuit and to make a mudra. A mudra is just a hand posture that gives you mental focus and clarity. And the longer that you can sit in meditation while holding a mudra, the more you can focus your mind. Obviously, I'm nice and slowed down as I'm speaking to you today because I've been meditating for hours. It's awesome. So, find your breath. Let your eyes close gently. And just focus on your breathing, changing nothing. Just like a skilled woodworker, when he makes a long cut in the wood, he notices long cut. So too, when you inhale deeply, just notice inhaling deeply. And when you exhale, just notice exhaling. And if thoughts come up in your mind, just label them thinking. And again, find your breath. Give your mind to your breath. Put all your awareness on how you are breathing. How deep into your lungs can you feel the air as you take it in? How far away from your face can you feel the air as you breathe it out? And then bring your hands up, both males and females. Anjali Mudra. So your hands are in prayer position, close to your heart. And let your face bow to the wisdom of your heart. Let your mind bow to the wisdom of your heart. And we'll begin class today with one vibration of Om. Exhale all stale air. Inhaling. Om. Om tare, tu tare, ture, mana, nya putin jana, putin corazon. May all your obstacles be removed. May you become compassion. Okay. I could sleep after that. So, we finished book 1. Book for you guys. There are 3 of these from Dr. Ladd. So I'm going to be reviewing this one with you today. We're going to do this in the form of games with prizes. So today's prizes are too far away for me to grab them and show them to you. There we go. Today's prizes are, can you tell what these are from the screen? You're welcome to unplug your microphone so you can talk.
Crystals.
Yes, amethyst crystal. Oh, not that one, that one's mine, sorry. Amethyst crystals. These are from Maharishi University of Management. My teacher, Richard Eidson, he teaches up there. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi started that school. Very fancy, very well funded, and beautiful up in Fairfield, Iowa. And these amethysts come from there. And if you've been reading any additional resources, you may know that amethysts in the Ayurveda are used to cleanse at the cellular level. So Pilu and Pipara, the cell membrane and the membrane of the nucleus of the cell, this cleanses them at that level. And it doesn't mean, let's see, I have high pitta, high anger, let me hold on to this, oh, it's gone. That's not how it works. It involves change, and change at every level begins with the ether element. Holding up my thumb, because remember how I showed you guys to memorize ether, air, fire, water, earth? This is also for the mudras, although you will hear some people switch it and say that this is earth and this is water. In Ayurveda, I learned this is water and this is earth. And truly it depends on your intention. So ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Whatever element you need balancing, you put that mudra together. You put ether to that element. And if you need the ether elements, you can squeeze it all in, or you can do Anjali Mudra, so you're keeping the ether close to your heart. So amethyst, to change you at a cellular level, you hold them in a mudra. So you can do Chin Mudra, right? So air elements and ether elements, which is expansive, so it's for your mind. So for wisdom, that's why we say Chin Mudra, or the Mudra of knowledge. You can do every single element. It doesn't matter however you wish to do it. The way these change you is every time you have a negative thought or a thought that you don't want, or you come into contact with elements in the world that you don't want, that give you anger or divisiveness or whatever you're struggling with, and you want to change that at the cellular level, you hold this as you chant the mantra in your head. So japa, which is what mantra is called when you're saying it internally, not out loud. And you do it over and over with pranayama, with breathing. And if you're sitting still, holding an amethyst, trying to remember how to hold your hand in a mudra as you're breathing deeply with pranayama, or if you're doing nadi shodhana and you're holding it and you're trying to keep it still while you're doing nadi shodhana, there's no way that you can be mad because you don't have the mental energy for it. That is how it changes you. All of your attention is going towards that focus, that dharana, that dhyana, and eventually samadhi. So these are your prizes, and we're going to play games. These are on a system called Kahoots. So you're welcome to just shout out the answer when you know it after we say the question. Wait till the question is said so everyone hears it. And you're going to see it on my screen as well. Or you can bring up a separate instance of your browser and type in kahoots.it. And then I'll give you the number and you'll be able to play along with me and we'll see your points and you can put your name in and everything. So let me show you.
How do you, what did you say to say? Kahoot IT?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, how did you say we could come onto the screen?
I'm going to show you how to do it. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, I can.
So now I'm typing in kahoot.it, right?
Kahoot.it.
.it. And now, and if this is recorded and you guys are watching this later, you can't do it. It's live. I'm sorry. You're going to have to call me up and say, I want to play that game, or Or you can just read the book. It's all okay. So see how I'm bringing up this as a separate instance?
Yes.
Right? Okay. And now on this side of the screen, we're going to play. And it'll say ready to join. And in a little minute, it'll give me a number. And then I'll give that number to you guys. Okay. Oh. And if you hear music, turn off your microphone. If you're playing it on the computer, turn off your mic because we'll all hear that too. So this is the PIN number, 123853. So if I were you, I would go in here and I would put 123853. And you are all welcome to do this, and then you can, oh, Abby, Nikki, you guys are already on? Obviously, I'm speaking like I'm working with like 3-year-olds and everybody my age and older, so it feels silly, but all right. And you can put in a nickname. So my nickname is Test. So Test is up here. Abby, Laura, Nikki. You guys are all up here. Good job, guys. And if you want to log in, just take these numbers, 123853, and type them in. And otherwise, you can just hit your microphone and turn that on. And after I say the question, or you see the question and you get the answer, then say it out loud if you're not already on the screen. So, do I need to wait for anybody else? Raise your hand and tell me, wait, and I will wait for you. I'll go through all the pictures of you guys. Ivy, Jane, Jason, Abby, you guys are so shy. It's okay, you can show yourselves on screen. It's not going to be.
I'm using the phone right now, so I don't know if I can do that.
They think we're tree hugging hippies, and we are.
Well, I don't know how to get my.
So we're going to begin. I do 2 chapters in each of these little games, and the overall winner of all of these games has to give me your address, and I will ship these amethyst crystals to you. Okay.
Okay, I can't get my name in there. How do I put my name?
I'm pushing start. Which attributes best describe Kapha dosha? We're about to get the answers. I'll turn down the music so it doesn't frighten you guys. Can you all see the screen?
Yeah, but I don't know how to put it in because that is.
So if we're not on this, we just tell you what one we want or what?
Yes.
The red one, triangle, whatever.
Yes, triangle is correct.
That's the one I thought of too.
Good. So the attributes for Kapha are heavy, slow, cool, oily, liquid, slimy, dense, white. Now, when we get into these, because this is so different from allopathic medicine, the point of this is that you take it in. So we're going to go kind of quickly so that your subconscious is taking this in the background. So each one that we get to, just the attributes are coming in, the answers are coming in. You're basically being thrown in with the sharks. Not really. When you go to a NAMA conference and you have to give a speech, then you're thrown in with the sharks because they'll ask you questions. Scary. Okay, so the other ones up here, dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, mobile, and clear. What would that be? Go ahead and answer out loud.
Say the question again. I'm sorry. I was reading some questions.
That's okay.
Vata.
Dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, mobile, and clear. Is that Vata, Pitta, or Kapha?
Vata.
That would be
Vata.
Yes, Vata.
Vata.
What is soft, static, sticky, cloudy, hard, gross, sweet, and salty?
That would be.
Pitta?
That's a good question. It is also Kapha.
Oh.
No, is it?
Yep.
Yes, kapha is salty.
Yes. I know. Isn't it crazy? You think Pitta, but add them all together. Soft, static, sticky, cloudy, hard, gross, sweet, salty, and heavy, slow, cool, oily, liquid, slimy, dense, and white. Those are all Kapha. You don't have to have this memorized. As you learn it day by day, just keep reading it. It's going to get in your head. And then when a lady comes in and she's pale and she's white and she's kind of sticking to the furniture because it's warm out or whatever, and she's not really mobile and she doesn't do a lot with her life, you're going to think, oh, Kapha, she's got increased Kapha. So these games are to get you prepared. And I have a couple of examples in here too. Okay, so next question. So some of these are trick questions, so pay attention. Which are the attributes of Vata? Hot, sharp, light, liquid, Dry, light, cold, rough,
Dry,
subtle,
dry. Vanta's dry, light, cool, rough.
Yes,
Dry.
exactly. We've got 7 more seconds. So I gave each of these 20 seconds so you guys can look at it and pick one. So if you're online, just choose the box.
Diamond.
Yeah, I got dry.
Nice! A lot of you guys got these right. Good job. So Vata, dry, light, cold, rough, subtle. Think autumn. The trees are all drying up. The leaves are dry. They're mobile too, and they're rough. And just think dry. Dry people come in, dry skin, think increased Vata. Think that first. All
How
right,
come my name is not there?
because you didn't sign in.
I did. How do I sign in?
It's
Sorry.
okay, it's too late now, Indu.
Okay, all right.
These are attributes of Pitta.
Pitta.
These are attributes of Pitta. Pay attention, because the fourth answer,
The triangle.
It's the
red one?
yellow one. It's the yellow one. This one.
it could be more than one.
So
Rough,
it doesn't
dry.
let me click more than one
And
though. Is that?
Pitta's hot and
Oh, the green be 1 and 3. That's what's green
Oh, you
saying.
can do that. I'm not paying attention.
Yes, good job. Yep, answers 1 and 3. Pitta is hot, sharp, light, liquid, spreading, oily, sour, pungent, bitter, fleshy smell, and red or yellow. Kapha is white. Vata is brown, brownish, blackish. And Pitta is red or yellow. I don't know if anybody ever got into the colors with you guys. Those are part of the doshas. All right, keep going. You guys are doing it. Laura is killing it. Look at all these points up here. Okay, Vata is composed of air and ether, fire and earth, fire and water, or
air.
earth and water. Which one do you think it is?
It is air.
Air and ether.
Yes, Abby, was that you that said that?
I said triangle.
I said it too.
Woo. Good job. Oh my gosh, you guys all got that correct. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. Pitta is composed of air and ether, fire and earth, fire and water, or earth and water.
Fire and water.
Fire and
Yes.
water.
Fire and water. Indu, Abby, I think that was you too. Good job. Fire and water. Oh, I just realized when I answer them over here, it stops you guys, so I'll give you the full time. All right. Kapha is composed of air and ether, fire and earth, fire and water, or earth and water.
Air,
water.
earth and water.
Yes, yes, and yes. Abby, Ruby, Indu, I heard all 3 of you. Good job. All right. So everybody knows this one, so I'm going over. Answer, streak is lost. Trick question? Oh, I put in the wrong answer. Let me get rid of this one over here. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see a little bit better. Ether is to sound, shabda, as air is to what? So ether is for sound. Air is for what sense?
Air is
Touch, taste, form, or smell?
Smell?
Ooh, smell.
Nope. Close though. Earth is for smell. Just think when you eat things, you get a lot of earth in you, and it's going to come out the other end, and you're going to smell it. That's how I memorize it. So ether is for sound, and air is for touch. Those of us who are massage therapists, we work with a lot of ether. We have to
because
have
when we're outside, you can feel the breeze.
Molly, I got that one right.
Yeah.
So try not to think of that, Indu. Think of another way to memorize it. Air is to touch as fire is to what? Think of fire.
You
Think of
feel
what
it. You feel
you
it
do when there's
hot.
a fire around.
Fire is hot, so you feel it.
Is it
What is
sound,
it?
taste, form, or smell?
It'd be form, I
Yes.
guess.
Who was that? Is that Jason? I
Jason,
can't see
yeah.
everybody.
Wasn't mine.
I said that, Jason.
Jason, okay, good. Good job, Jason. Yes. If there's a fire around, you're going to be able to see things. You need light in order to see. So in Ayurveda, some of it is literal, some of it you can't take too literally. Because when I think fire, I'm thinking warmth. You don't think of it that way. If there's a fire, there's a light you can see. So that gives us the ability to perceive. So ether is for sound, air is for touch, right? It's movement, and when you move, you can feel things. Fire is for sight and form. You can see things. And then you have two more after fire. Fire is to form, as water is to sound, taste, touch, or smell. Water.
Taste.
Nurses, you should know this. We
This
need
is
water to do something. Yes, amen, sister. It is for taste.
for taste.
Yep, because you have to have water covering your taste buds. With no water on your taste buds, you can't actually taste anything. Good job, guys. All right, so water is to taste, Russia, as earth is to
Touch.
sound, form, touch, or smell.
The smell. You said
Smell, yes. So ether is sound, air is touch, fire is sight or form, water is taste, and earth is smell. Nice. Well done. Gentlemen and ladies, I am very proud of you. Which tongue mantras, which are your senses, match their motor organs and their organs of action? A lot of words. Don't feel pressured. Sound, vocal organs, speech, or touch, hands, giving and receiving, or rupa, form, legs, and walking, or all of the above.
I would say
all the above.
Yes! Good job, guys. All right,
above.
same exact question. Which ones match? The senses, the organs. Rasa, taste, genitals, and procreation.
I'm sorry.
Smell, excretory organs, and excretion. Answers 1 and 3, or your mom.
Oh, it says 1 and 3.
Yes! So, again, thinking of the elements, water, rasa, taste, genitals, and procreation. Ganda, smell, earth, excretory organs, and excretion. These are how I memorized it. You don't have to do it that way. It just made it much easier for me, and it made the mudras easier too. And sometimes I couldn't think of another answer to try and fool you guys, so you're going to see a lot of your mom and your dad in here. Okay, which Jnanendriya sense matches its sensory organ and Mahabhuta, or great element?
So, yeah.
Hearing, ears, ether, tactile perception, skin, air, vision, eyes, fire, or all of the above?
All of the above.
Yes,
Above.
I think you guys are catching on to my patterns here. Good job, guys. All right. Which sense, Jnanendriya, matches its sensory organ and Mahabhuta, great element? So same thing. Taste, tongue, water. Smell, nose, earth. Answers 1 and 2.
1 and,
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yes, answers 1 and 2. You guys got it. I'll skip this one. Well done. Female, age 40, loss of hearing, decreased tactile perception. Which elements are affected?
Touch, tactile touch.
So which one of those there? Is it ether, earth, fire, or your dad?
Ether.
Yes! Woo! You guys are catching on to this. Well done. I shouldn't have given 20 seconds for each of these. All right. Loss of hearing, ether. Loss of tactile perception, air. Which therapies do you offer to help? Shabda, sound therapies, mantra, japa, sensing, meditation, or sparsha, touch therapies, massage, shirodhara. Answers 1 and 2
1 and
for no therapies.
1 and
All
2.
of them.
Oh, it's hard to hear you guys. Hold on. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you that time, but it was answers 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
So she's got a loss of hearing and a loss of tactile perception. We're dealing with the same lady here. So it's ether and air. So you want, ether is sound, it's expanse. So you want to have some soothing music. You want some mantra or some japa. You want to give her a mantra, you can repeat. Mantra, I highly recommend this book. Ayurveda and the Mind by Dr. David Frawley, The Healing of Consciousness. In here, it will state, Dr. David Frawley states over and over how mantra is the most healing therapy for the mind. It deals with the ether elements. So you want to give her mantra and japa, which is recitation of the mantra inside her head, and then like a sensing meditation or something with subtle sounds. You also want to give her sparsha, touch therapies, like massage or shiradar, where it's running the warm oil over her forehead. So, all right, next one. Direction in Ayurveda includes northwest air, northeast water, southeast fire, southwest earth.
It should be
Answers 1 and
north.
3. Center is ether,
One,
east is solar, west is lunar, or no directions. Which one?
I would say northeast.
Yes, answers 1 and 3. That's what you said, right, Indu?
Yes, yes.
Good, good. Good job, guys. My gosh, Nikki's catching up to you, Laura. You better watch out. Match the elements and their types of energy. Ether, nuclear, air, electrical, fire, radiant, water, chemical, earth, mechanical, metal, metallic, potassium, potassiac, or answers 1 and 2. Any thoughts?
1 and 2.
Yes. Hopefully none of you picked number 3. That sounds very bad. No such thing as potassiac energy. Match the elements with their karmas. Karma means action. Ether, vibration, expansion, non-resistance. Air, movement in a direction. Fire, brilliance. Water, cleansing, cohesiveness. Earth,
All the
gravitation.
above.
Or
All the above.
Yes. See, I'm making you guys study at the same time. Good job. Male, age 78, unclean, losing cohesiveness with his family, loss of love, and he resists light. What do we have to focus on? Water and ether, cleansing and non-resistance. Fire, luminosity, intelligence, brilliance. Air and earth, movement in a direction and gravitation. Or this guy has no elements. Which elements, guys?
Water,
Water
and
and ether, yeah.
Yep, good job. Nice. All right. Purusha is to pure consciousness as Prakriti is to either primordial will, primordial matter, creative potential, or passive choiceless awareness, or the root cause of the universe, female creative energy, or answers 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yes, yes, Indu, yes. This is awesome. You guys are gonna rock your Nama test. The first creation of Purusha and Prakriti, supreme intelligence with self-awareness, is called Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Ojas, Tejas, Prana, Avyakta, or Mahad. This is tough, isn't it? Go to chapter 1 and you'll find it. It's on that picture.
I think it is Savata Raja and this one, the red one. Uma.
No, but good try. Mahad. So
Maha.
Purusha and Prakriti get together, they create Mahad. This is supreme intelligence. This is not
Oh,
untaught.
yes. Okay.
This is the intelligence of the cells to organize, to have cellular respiration and cell activity.
So,
This is the intelligence of the universe to organize itself.
and
Mahad.
then-
When Mahad, supreme intelligence, a little portion of that comes down and it's our intelligence, not stained by our ego, that we call buddhi, or intellect. Not to be confused with buddhi, which is something completely different. All right. Laura, you are killing this. Come on, Nikki, get her. Abby. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
I haven't been answering all of them. Sometimes I just look at the screen, but
Oh,
I
that's
do like
okay,
the game.
that's okay. Okay. Supreme intelligence, Mahad, becomes buddhi, individual intelligence, when ahamkara or ego is formed, the east is formed, the earth is formed, or never. When does Mahad become buddhi? When does that supreme intelligence become our individual intelligence?
Oh.
Yep, there you go. Ahamkara. I know we always say, we shouldn't have so much ego. If you didn't have ego, you would not be in this class. You would not be doing anything for yourself. You'd be a vegetable. You have to have ego. You have to have fire. You have to have intelligence and willpower, courage and fearlessness. You have to have some form of ego to separate yourself a little bit from the universe. When you die, go ahead and let the ego go and go straight back up into intelligence. That's perfect. But you have to have a little bit to be human. All right, match. That gives you no information, does it? Sattva, pure essence of light, right action, spiritual purpose. Rajas, movement, change, excitability. Tamas, inertia, darkness, confusion, or all of the above.
All of the above.
Yes, very good. All of the above. You guys are getting this. Nice. This is eternal, universal, both individual, jiva, and supreme, param. It is inferred and it is indivisible. Is it your Atman, your soul? Is it your vata? Is it the earth? Or is it your gluteal muscles?
It's your Atma. Soul is invisible.
Yes, it is your soul. It is Atman. Very well done. All right, get result. Oh, we've got the results. Laura with a stunning 20,034 points. You got 20 out of 25. Woo, go girl. Nikki, 18,280 points. So you got 19 out of 25. They won't give me anybody else's results up here, but that's okay. There we go.
We didn't put our name in. We couldn't get our name in.
Hold on. I think you guys are talking and I turned it down. Go ahead.
I said I couldn't get my name in.
It's okay. Try again. I'll show you how. All right. So that's chapters 1 and 2 in a very brief little fun game. So somebody keep track of this. Laura, keep track. You're in charge right now. You've got first place so far. So now we're going to go to next game. So next game is chapters 3 and 4. All right. Indu.
Yes.
Bring up a browser and put in it kahoot.it.
Okay, hang on. I have to bring up a browser. So I have to go into my... How do I get up a browser? I've got, my whole screen is here.
You have to push escape. So you're not full screen Zoom.
I lost you.
It's okay, Indu. We'll do it again another time. Just
okay, all right, but I want to get back to the meeting.
Oh gosh, you're really lost.
I'm really lost. Wait a minute. How do I get back to the meeting? I go back to the mail and I go into my mail. Oh dear, this was a disaster.
Look at the bottom of your screen. What's on the bottom of your screen?
I got to go to Renee's this thing, email, and then I just sign in again. Oh boy, this was terrible.
Then there will be 2 Indus on screen. 2 Indus are better than 1. You go right ahead and
okay, now I'm in.
Okay. All right. So as soon as this comes up, everyone else, if you want to put in the number, it is 875058. If you want to play for amethyst, this is all I've got to give, guys. 875058. So you go to kahoot.it and put them in. Abby's in. Abby, you're automatically going to win because nobody else is up here yet. Oh, Laura's like, oh, we're not having this. Nikki, woo! All right. Come on, Jason, don't be scared. Who else is up here? Let's see. Jason, Ruby, Laura, Jane, Ivy.
I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to do it. I don't know if I can get in, though.
Oh, you're on the phone.
Yeah.
I've never done it on a phone.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll be like Indu and get lost in the woods.
I know. That's okay. I'm learning along. That's all right. I couldn't get into the other screen while I was opening a new tab. I lost it. I got signed out.
Can you see my screen right now, Indu?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. As long as you can see me now, that's good. All right, so Nikki, Laura, and Abby, who's gonna win this battle? This is for chapters 3 and 4. You are welcome to take out your books. and
Yeah, I have my book
use
here.
it. When you're doing the NAMA test, they're not gonna let you use a book. So use it while you can. All right, so we're gonna start. 25 questions. When you're ready, yell out the answer. Vata subtypes include prana for ether and udana air, samana fire, vyana water. No subtypes. Tarpaka ether, avalambaka air, kledaka fire, or saraka ether, alochaka air, and pachaka fire.
Triangle.
Is it
Yes,
this one?
triangle. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's a triangle.
Well done. So Vata subtypes are prana, right? Can you guys name all the others? They're up on screen too.
1 minute. Subtype
Prana for ether.
prana, udana, samana, apana, and vyana.
And what was, besides prana, udana, samana, and vyana?
Vyana.
The earth one. It goes down. What is it?
Apana.
Yes. Whoever said that, yes. Good job. Did you say Ivy?
Yes.
I'm going deaf. I'm so sorry. I also have to get like right here.
Yeah, 5.
Ivy.
Good job, guys. Woo! Okay, next question. Well done. Pitta subtypes include sadaka ether and alochaka air, pachaka fire, ranjaka water, or avalambaka air, kledaka fire, bodaka water,
It
or
is
udana
fire.
air.
It is,
Ooh, all three answered so fast. Yes, very well done. Now, who can tell me the earth element for the Pitta subtype?
Barajaka.
Brajaka.
Barajaka.
Yes, for your skin. Good job, guys. Woo! So proud. All right, next one. Oh, they're all catching up to you. Kapha subtypes include Tarpaka, ether, and nothing else, Alochaka, Pachaka, Ranjaka, or Udana, Samana, Vyana, or Avalambaka, Kledaka, and yes! You guys are getting so fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. All right, sites of Vata include the colon, the main site, and head, brain, lower abdomen, pelvic girdle, thighs, and ears. Answer 1 and the skin and the hair. Yes, okay, you guys knew that. Right, because the small intestine is for Pitta and the lungs are for?
Kapha.
Yes! You guys are going to do so well. And all of this theory that you're learning is not just like, oh, well, now I know it, I'll never use it. It's not like derivatives in calculus, which nobody uses. Why did we ever have to? Anyway, you can use these. When people come in and they have breathing difficulties, think kapha, lungs. When people come in and they have, oh, I'm not digesting correctly, think pitta, small intestine. Also a little bit of the gastric secretions, pachaka pitta, you know, in the stomach. When they come in and they're having, even the subtypes are important. Oh, my eyes, I have burning in my eyes. Alachaka pitta is too high in their eyes, cool rose water for their eyes. Yeah. So these all have practical applications. All right, sites of pitta include the small intestine and brain, gray matter, stomach, navel, skin, subcutaneous fat. Answer 1 and blood, liver, spleen, and gallbladder, or the lungs, or the colon.
it's
Yes,
the
the diamond.
blue one.
Yes, the first 2 are correct. You guys are killing this. Woo, and look at the scores, they're so close. Sites of kapha include the lungs, main site of kapha is the lungs, and brain, white matter, meninges, sinus, nose, mouth, throat, plasma, lymph nodes, mastic tissue, stomach, pancreas. Answer 1, 2, and synovial fluid, or the colon. Really? I thought by now you guys would all have my pattern down. Yes! You did get it. It is the first 3 answers, which are answered in number 3. So answers 1, 2, and synovial fluid. So it's everything that I named except the colon. Colon is all Vata. All right. Functions of Vata. Vata. include all physical movement and maintenance of life, communication, respiration, and the heart, circulation, ingestion, and assimilation, orgasm, cell division, hearing, touch, clarity, creativity, and joy, or all of the above.
All the above.
Yeah. I should have made this harder. Yep, Vata does all of this. So yes, the doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha are considered imbalances, but we also need them. We can't just like have no doshas. It's like having no microbes. We would be dead. Did you know 90% of the cells on the human body are not human, and we would die without them? Same thing, we need Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Functions of Pitta include metabolism and digestion, absorption, body temp, color, luster, sensitivity, intelligence, ambition, transformation, visual perception, or all of the above.
All the above.
All of the above.
Should have made this harder. Yes, very well done. All of the above. All right. Oh, in a surprising turn of events, Abby has taken the lead. Look at this. I feel like I'm watching a horse race. Functions of Kapha include lubrication and nourishment, support, stability, groundedness, sleep, strength, taste, smell, compassion, fat regulation, electrolyte balance, repair, memory, contentment, or all of the above.
All of the above.
I'm making you guys remember this stuff. Yeah, all of the above. Now don't just say all of the above when it's not my test. Female, age 16, feeble pulse. Which subtype of Vata is affected? Dhyana, which is water, heart, whole body, praspadanam, moving. Or is it Apana, the earth, colon, pelvic cavity for holding? Or is it Samana, fire, small intestine, navel, viveka, or isolation? Or is it Udana, air?
It's
You
air.
guys all got it right. Yes. So anytime a pulse is weak, the first thought should be, oh, Vyana Vayu. It's not, Vyana Vayu is the pulsation, that pulse of life, that circulation. It's not as strong as it should be. My next thought is always Ojas. What's going on, especially the mature Ojas, the Param Ojas. I want to know what's going on in her heart. So, all right. Oh, Abby's still in the lead. Male, 23, loss of memory, cannot process emotions as well. What subtype of Pitta is affected? Sadaka, ether, gray matter, heart and comprehension. Anataka, air, eyes, iris, color, visual perception. Pachaka, fire, small intestine, stomach, and digestion. Or Ranjaka, water, liver, spleen, bile, liver, enzymes, and blood. He has no memory, no emotions. Oh, there you go. Sadaka. Oh, you guys all got it. Well done. Gray matter of the brain and the heart. So the gray matter of the brain is Pitta. The white matter of the brain and the myelin sheaths, that is Kapha. Female, 63, overweight, breathing difficulties, low compassion. Which Kapha is affected? Shleshaka, earth, joints, synovial fluid nourishes the bones. Kledaka, fire, stomach, GI tract, gastric secretion. Tarpaka, ether, white matter, brain, memory. Or Avalambaka, air, lungs, heart, spine, support.
Alavambaka.
Yes, Avalambaka. Very good. Okay, so you guys will all notice that I speak with a very American accent, any Sanskrit I say, which is better than my usual ghetto accent. So you will each have your own accents to this. The only syllables that really need to be stated correctly are mantra and seed syllables, biju. And, you know, like cream and om, those have power. And truthfully, even if you mess those up, if your intention is right, you will still achieve those same effects because the intention changes you. Ayurveda is all about having people change themselves. It has nothing to do with us. Okay, which are the normal functions of Agni? Remember what Agni is. Bhakti, digestion, darshana, vision, matroshna, temper, prakriti, varna, color, sharyam, confidence, harsha, joy, prasada, clarity, raja, affection, all of this and more. Yes. Little brave enough to say that, Ivy.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh, Laura, you're falling behind. Abby's overtaking you. Somebody's getting these amethysts. Ojakara, Tejakara, and Pranakara are functions of what and produce and utilize what? They are functions of Agni. They produce Ojas, Tejas, and Prana, or they are nothing and everything. Or they are functions of Agni and they produce yoga, meditation, and stillness, or they are functions of Agni and they produce Rasa, Raksa, and Mamsa. I know, as soon as I get into the Sanskrit, all of you guys are like, I don't know. Oh, but you did get it. Well done. So the answer in Sanskrit is usually in the word. So Oja, Teja, Prana, Kara is making, right? So they make Ojas, Tejas, and Prana. And it's Agni that does all of this. And the Agni is in the Dhatu, Dara, Kala, which means the tissue, Dara holding Kala membrane. So the membrane that holds the tissue. All right. We're almost through with this one, guys. What is the reasoning, logic, and discriminating aspect of the mind? The individuated Mahad is called Buddhi, Booty, Pirate Booty, or Swami Shri Sir Mix-a-Lot Buddhiji.
Swami Shri Sri Mix-a-Lot.
No, Andrew, don't choose that one.
Oh, it's not
Buddhi,
that,
The
sorry.
triangle.
Buddhi. Okay, Reese. Oh, I'm sorry. What is it anyway? Explain what that is. Buddhi's knowledge.
Okay. Buddhi. So Mahad is the supreme intelligence, and Buddhi is our individuated portion of it, right? And then
Yeah.
Ahankara is our ego,
Okay.
and Atman is our soul. Manas is our mind. These are all from chapter 1 concepts, but then it's brought again into 3 and 4. So the answer that I put in here for fun was Swami, which means student of or teacher of. Shri, which is like sir, it's pretty much
Yes.
where sir came from. Sir Mix-a-Lot, which some of you might know as a rap star. Buddhiji, which he wrote a song about big butts, and he cannot lie.
Oh, so I had to pick the wrong
I
one.
thought you guys would get the joke.
Pirate
This is
Booty.
what we teachers do for fun. I'm so sorry. There will be more of these in here. Okay,
All right.
next question. Bala, strength, prabha, glow, lifespan, patience, intelligence. All of this come from Agni, your Aunt Agnes, the earth, or Vata, which gives you.
Agni.
It's Agni.
Yes, Agni. Very well done. Next. Balanced metabolism is Vishama Agni, Tikshna Agni, Manda Agni, or Sama Agni. You guys all go to Sama school. You should all get this one right.
Mama Agni.
Yes. Sama is balanced. Manda is slow. Tikshna
I'm
is.
sorry, I can't get on the computer, so I'll do what I can.
Is that you, Jane? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
If you can't get on-
interrupt me, but I can't get on the computer right now. Loading.
Take your time. We're just having fun playing for crystals.
Oh, right. I agree.
Okay, hypometabolism, low or slow metabolism is
Mandi Agni.
Tikshna,
Manda Agni.
Manda, or Sama.
Manda Agni.
Manda Agni.
Manda Agni.
Manda Agni. Hypermetabolism, sharp, high, heightened metabolism is Vishama, Tikshna, Manda, or Sama Agni. Hard, isn't it? Is it Vishama or Tikshna? I've given you guys the others. Which one?
Ma-
So Manda is slow, Sama is balanced,
Tikshna.
Tikshna is sharp or hyper metabolism. And Vishama is, Vata gets it a lot. It means irregular. Your digestion is sometimes great, sometimes you get gassy and bloated. Tikshna is sharp. You eat a lot, you poop a lot. It all comes out real quick. Manda is slow. It's more kapha. Tikshna is pitta. Manda is more kapha. You get, you eat, it sits in you. Maybe 3 days later, maybe some bowel movement. A lot of it doesn't come out real fast. Okay. Whoa. Laura's catching up to you, Abby. Watch out. Come on, Nikki, get in here. Irregular metabolism is Vishama, Tikshna, Manda, or Sama?
Vishama.
Yes, Vishama Agni. Now, when you give these to your clients, you're not going to tell them, you have Vishama Agni. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're going to put it through your mind and figure out, oh, you have Vishama Agni. You have irregular metabolism. Your Agni is not balanced. Sometimes it's too high, Tikshna, sharp. Sometimes it's too low, Manda, slow. Sometimes it's Sama, but most of the time it's just Vishama. It's just all over the place. And for those clients, you're going to offer therapies, but you're not going to do the work for them. If you have it in your mind that when you start your own practice or you work for another place or you work with physicians, if you think people are going to come to you, they are going to come to you and ask for herbs, they're going to ask for therapies, they're going to ask for everything. But you have to teach them how to do these things at home. You can make a lot of money doing it all yourself, but you will not help them. You will help them most by teaching them how to do this on their own at home. So you're not going to say, you have Vishama Agni. You're going to say, I see you have imbalanced metabolism or irregular digestion. So these are some things at home you can do to help stabilize that. And we won't get into all that because this is a review game. Ready? Jatara Agni, the most important Agni of the body. Where is this? Stomach, brain, Vata, or earth?
In the
Where is this?
stomach.
Which one?
Stomach.
Yes, in the stomach. Good job, guys. Woo-hoo. Oh. The Bhuta Agnis in the liver. You've got ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Where are they? Oh, I gave it away. Are they in the Bhuta Agnis? Are they in your brain, in your heart, in your thigh, or in the liver? Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to give it away. Okay. Doing awesome, guys. Kloma Agni is located in the thigh, the heart, the earth, or the pancreas.
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 Yes, it's in the pancreas. Kloma Agni is your pancreas. Your pancreas is your stomach. Here's your pancreas, right? Kind of looks like that too, and it sits on top of it. And it secretes these little enzymes that go in there and they help break everything down. So, and then kloma also means the choroid plexus of the brain. You can Google that and look at it and know in Western medicine, they don't think it has any functional integrity with the pancreas, but in Ayurveda, we call them the same thing. They're functionally related. One day, Western medicine will find how. They'll say, oh yeah, there's an enzyme that relates to the release of whatever hormone is released in the choroid plexus or something. They'll figure it out eventually. Ayurveda already had this. All right, practical, male, 38, no longer dances automatically when hearing music. That's a big one. Pale, loss of taste. Which Dhatu Agni is affected? Rasa, Rakta, Mutra, or Prisha?
Rasa.
Yes, Rasa, plasma. That's what makes you kind of groove when you start hearing music automatically. You can't even help yourself. You don't have to groove like me. It's okay. I look like I'm having a stroke sometimes when I'm dancing. Same male client as the last question. Decreased Rasa Dhatu Agni. What therapies do you offer? Soothing massage, singing bowl meditation, mantra, Garshana, harsh, friction, advanced yoga asanas, spicy therapies, cool cucumber face mask, and nail polish. Or no therapy, send him away.
Soothing, massage, singing, meditation, mantra.
Yes. For extra credit, why would you do this? If Rasa is affected, the Agni in Rasa is not where it should be, it's decreased. Why would you give a soothing massage or singing bowl meditation?
To open all the channels out.
Calm down the Vata.
Calm down make him calm down, to open all the channels.
And what specifically for Rasa? Why would we use sound like a singing bowl meditation for rasa?
For the prana.
Yes, sound is prana for rasa. That's not even in the book. Who said that? Jane? Somebody take notes off it. If y'all want to cheat off of Jane, because that's advanced. Nobody says the taste of things until you get into, maybe it's in the second book next semester. Good job. Yes. Mostly I was just going to tell you guys sound. When you think sound, think rasa. Rasa is affected by sound. In the tissues, in the dhatus, it's rasa, rakta, mamsa, meda, asti, and maja, shukra, artava, or artava, shukra. And so it goes, the digestion goes through each of those tissues. The first thing you digest is sound, which is why mantra is so effective. And if you are in a bad place in your life, or your client is in a bad place in their life, very decreased health, get a lot of stage 4 cancer ladies in, these kind of things, the first thing you should think is give them a mantra. Mantra is, I can't even harp on it enough. It's so powerful. Man, manas, mind, tra, Trayakti, I think it stands, yeah, Trayakti, which is instrument of or method for healing. So it is a method for healing the mind. Mantra.
So how would you say that?
Mantra, like this, mantra.
No, I mean, how would you say what you just said, the healing of the mind? How would you say that? How would you make up a mantra?
You don't have to make them up. You can, the book I recommended again has some of them in them. You can also look them up.
I have that.
Go online, yeah, and find the seed mantras. Those are the most powerful. You can put seed mantras together. A lot of people already have, and you can get CDs of chanting. If you're a massage therapist, you can get chanting CDs. I wouldn't suggest only chanting CDs because it can be overpowering for vata. You get a little skinny hyperactive vata in there who needs a massage. They don't need a lot of chanting. They'll space out. They'll be drunk after their massage off of the mantra. But you can find your mantras in the books or in the CDs. Gosh, you know what? I'll talk to Karen and see if maybe we can do like a mantra class or something extra credit for you guys, because it's so vital. But you can find out how to say them. The book has it all in there.
I look it up in my book.
You can keep vocalizing it. If you go to YouTube, I highly recommend Deva Primal. Let me see if I can find the chat room and put it in here for you guys. No, I can't get into the chat room from where I am right now. Let's see, where are you? More. There's gotta be a chat. There we are. Aha, now I can. All right. Sorry to sensory overload, you guys. Okay, ready? This is Deva Primal and the Gyoto monks of Tibet. I listen to this
Deva
all the time.
Yeah.
They have excellent mantras. Deva Primal, she's pretty famous. She's awesome as a chanter. Nitin, her true love, chants with her, and there's a guy who plays violin. And this CD is free on YouTube, and I play it when I'm doing my yoga at home in my own home practice. So I highly recommend it. She has a lot of seed mantras in there. She has extended mantras. The Om Tare, Tu Tare mantra is in there. We have a lot of them up there. So I highly recommend her, and you can look up others as well. And if you want to make sure that they're authentic seed syllable mantras, go to Dr. David Frawley's books. He's kind of the king of mantra. So, okay, Laura took the first game, and Abby took the second. I only have 2 more games for you guys, but I see it is already 7:35. So raise your hand if you need a break, bathroom break, tea break, because I do. Would you guys be okay with 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so I've got 7:35. Meet back here at 7:40. See you guys soon.
Okay.
Okay, guys,
Hi,
are you ready for more?
I'm here.
Take your time. If you're hearing my voice and you're far away, don't rush. I just ate a great Brussels sprout with some mustard on it. So it'll take me a minute to finish getting it out of my teeth. And in that extra amount of time, you guys can make it back to the computer. Brussels sprouts are the best. And since I ate some mustard, which is fire element, and I'm already fiery because I'm on the computer, and lots of air and ether, lots of vata because I'm speaking, I am soothing myself with some calming rose tulsi tea. Tulsi is an amazing herb, and with rose helps to soothe pitta.
That's one of my favorite teas. Is that the something India?
Organic India?
Yeah. I drink that all the time. It's like super flavorful too. It's really good.
Rose, jasmine, anything so I avoid pitta. If I get too pitta, I hide until it goes away. And what you guys may not be able to see, I'm gonna turn you around and you will. Right here at my desk, I have 4 gardenia plants, and this little one near the light is a jasmine. So I constantly am surrounded by them so that my fire doesn't go too high, because I'm on the other side. I am always studying. So all of these books, this is this week. And if you are very oriented, very bright, very energetic, very intelligent, if you are studying. So basically, if you're in this class, then you might want to help reduce that fire when you don't need it to burn so brightly, which is why I take a lot of tea with rose and jasmine. Okay, now before we do the last two games, I wanted to show you guys something. I didn't teach this part, but I use it in almost every daily meditation. So remember I gave you guys the homework and I said I would do it too, of meditating every 20 minutes? That would be awesome. We would never accomplish anything. But meditating 20 minutes every day.
I'm blown away from you if you're trying to get it. Makes no sense.
Ooh. Somebody listening to cartoons?
Oh, TV.
Well, to get to meditation, it's often difficult to just sit.
But you have to eat. I'm gonna probably have to do.
Somebody's watching cartoons in here. Let me turn down so I don't hear you guys. Okay. So if you go into book 1
Stuff your mouth.
and you go to page 196, ta-da! See if I can get this close enough you guys can see it.
You talking about Rose?
Volume 1, page 196. These are the chakras and the koshas and how they relate to each other. I'll pretend this is my blackboard so you guys can see it. So I didn't go through, I put them on my slides even though they weren't mine to teach, because these you actually do, or I do with every single client who comes in. I try and figure out which chakra
Like,
is
oh, how'd you like the feel?
usually it's not an I try and figure it out. Usually
Like, you had a good time out there with Julie?
So if you look on this page, you'll see going from root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. So Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Anya chakra,
What page are you on?
Rara
I'm
chakra.
sorry.
And it shows the kosha that it is related to. The kosha is the sheath of the body, right? So Annamaya kosha is your Muladhara chakra. That's your root chakra, groundedness, stability,
Somebody
basic
who
survival, things like that.
the
That's
background.
the Annamaya kosha, which is the food sheath, your body, your physical body. And it has the function right beside it, survival, groundedness. Then you go up to Svadhisthana chakra. That's above the coccyx. That's in the sacral area. That's the reproductive fluids and reproductive system. And that's related to Pranamaya chakra, kosha. So Pranamaya is your air sheath. It's your vital growth and vital essence, vital life essence, prana. And the function is procreation, self-identity, and self-esteem. So you should be thinking now, oh, if I have someone with these functions impaired, it's this kosha and this chakra that we need to work on. If someone comes in and they're like, oh, I am overly ambitious, I am achievement oriented, I need power, I need control, right? You're like, oh, they are all in their mind. That is Manomaya kosha. And that is Manipura chakra. That is your power center. That's where your diaphragm is. That's how you get the power to do things in life. So then you would be thinking, well, these are what are affected. So what works with Manomaya kosha? Mantra. Manomaya kosha, mantra. It's right there in the name. So you want to give a soothing mantra. You want to have maybe some mantra in the background. And if you're working on that third chakra, then you might want to give a singing bowl meditation, which is when you have those singing bowls and you place it right on their diaphragm when they're laying on their back. And as they inhale, you have them lift the bowl all the way up. And as they exhale, you sound the bowl all the way down. And they use that sound, that constant ringing as they're exhaling to count their exhalation. And then as they inhale, you release and they push the bowl back up. And as they exhale, you sound the bowl again. So I'm taking the time to show you guys this because you can use this all the time. And your clients will love you for it. So, all right, on to the next game. Hopefully everybody is back by now and feeling lighter and or full. Okay, so Nikki, good job, 2,789 points. Laura, 22,866. Abby, 25,449. Abby took the lead from Laura. Who's gonna win the next one? Let's wait and see. All right, new game. So let's see if I can go back here. So we did 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now it's time for chapters 5 and 6. You are welcome to use your books. Use your books. Remember, you're playing for these guys here, just to show you how big these suckers are. These are huge amethysts. These are awesome amethysts. And they're really pretty too. So, yeah. Of course, if you're taking this class, you're doing it for the knowledge, not the amethysts anyway, but it's fun to play. Okay, so pretty soon you're gonna get a number. And I'm gonna move this screen down. There we go. All right, so here's your number, 493-9379. And if any of you are watching this recorded, this isn't gonna work. They give you a new game pin every time we start a game. So don't try it, just pay attention and listen. Maybe you'll learn from the answers. I don't know, I don't think we should record this one, it's a review. Laura's in here, Abby's in here. Oh, they're going head to head. Laura versus Abby. Who will survive? So as we're waiting for everybody else to log in, part of this book, Ayurveda and the Mind, Dr. David Frawley, states that, and Ayurveda states that we are a product not only of our environment, as in our physical environment, it's cold, I'm a product of cold, I've gotten used to the cold, that kind of thing, but we are also a product of what we take into our mind and senses, which is why sense therapies work, like color or heat or refrigerants or Garshana or Lipana or Udvartana or any of the massage therapies or Shirada, or all of these sense therapies are changing you within. But in truth, each human being has to want to change and they have to work to change. So. Oh, I shouldn't have said Abby versus Laura. Now you two are the only ones on here. Everyone else is like, I'm not getting on there. It's okay, guys. It's not really a competition. I'm just making it that way because it's fun. Kind of like some of the answers I put in. So if you want to change yourself internally, you can use those same sense therapies. So in other words, I used to watch Game of Thrones. Why do I watch these things? Walking Dead, Empire. I'm so addicted to Empire. Why do I watch these things? They're so drama-filled. It's Rajasic. And if you want to be Rajasic, then you can do those things. If you want to be Tamasic, so you're, inertia, kind of dull, then you can watch a lot of television that will also make you first Rajasic and then like, I don't really want to fight. I just want to eat ice cream. So if you want to go towards Sattva, which is what all of Ayurveda is leaning towards Ayus, life, longevity. So this is Veda, the knowledge or wisdom science of longevity in life. We want to pull from tamas, so darkness, inertia, through rajas, through that, let's go get them attitude, to sattva, which is like Dr. Lad and I don't know, Mahatma Gandhi, all the others I could name, Mother Teresa probably. I never met these people in life, but they look like it. Okay, it's head to head, Abby and Laura. Who's gonna win? All right, are you guys ready? And everyone else, you can play along, just shout out the answers. The da of datu means, that's a good question, or holding, placing, containing, or causing, or direction, or downward. Yes, very good. Holding, placing, and containing. So if you guys are wondering, how come Laura got 915 points for that? I only got 776 points. It's whoever clicks their answer first. So if you're going for points, that's the reasoning why. I say you go for knowledge, not points, but I'm making it into a game. The 7 dhatus are red, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, and violet. Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Mercury, and Earth.
Rakta, Mamsa, Meda.
Asti, Maja, and Artava, Shukra. Very good. Yep. Well done. Rasa is to plasma, as Rakta is to blood, bone, beer, or babies.
Blood.
What is Rakta?
Bone.
Yes, blood. Good job. Sorry, I turn it down so I don't hear the music really loud, but that means I also don't hear you guys. Okay, Mamsa is to muscle, as Meda is to far away, fat, feces, whatever.
Fat.
Yeah. You guys are getting fast. I shouldn't have told you how to get points. Like, bam, got it. All right. Asti is to bone, as Maja is to Nerd, bone, fat, or nerve?
Nerve.
Yes, nerve. All right, keep going. The male reproductive dhatu is shukra. The female reproductive dhatu is, which one, guys?
Artava.
Artava. Very good. Yes. Oh, when a dhatu is decreased, the term in Ayurveda is vriddhi, kshaya, dushti, or pranayama.
Pranama.
Kashaya.
Oh, Kashaya. Okay.
Decreased. Yes, kshaya. Very well done. And you'll see that spelled in different ways. Whenever someone takes Sanskrit and puts it into English, sometimes they transliterate it based on how it sounds, sometimes based on like there's an old book that says how to do it, and sometimes they do it right. So you'll see kashaya or kshaya. When a dhatu is increased in Ayurveda, it's called vriddhi, kshaya, dushti, or sama.
Vriddhi.
Oh, that was fast. Vriddhi, vriddhi. Just think, even saying it makes you go. So you're increasing. Vriddhi, kshaya. It sounds like in Japanese, saying S-H-I-T is so it sounds like this is not good. Decreased kshaya. And I'm just giving you something to remember this by. Dushti, I'm always thinking dusty. It is so dusty in here. Dushti, that's the quality. Quality is down. And sama means balance. Okay, next one. When the quality of a dhatu is disturbed, what do we call it?
Asa.
Yes, very good. Dushti. Yep. And again, these are things that if you take the NAMA test, you will need to know probably. But when you're one-on-one with a client, you're not going to say, oh, your rasa is dushti. They're not going to know. You have to put it in terms they know. Male, 50, obese, pain in his joints, breathless on exertion, low libido, pre-diabetic. Diabetic. Is it meda vriddhi, increased fat, meda kshaya, decreased fat, rasa kshaya, decreased plasma, or shukra vriddhi, increased shukra?
It's the meda.
Yes. It is increased fat, increased meda, so meda vriddhi. Very good. All right. Female, 25, brittle hair and nails, recent root canal, memory loss, poor communication. What dhatus? Asti, bone, and maja, nerve. Artava, female reproductive, and meda, fat. Rasa, plasma, and rakta, blood. Oh, you guys did it.
Oh.
Yes. So brittle hair and nails, those are the upadhatus of asti, the bone, right? And maja, nerve tissue, is also your CNS, your brain, your spinal cord, any nervous tissue, or in Western medicine, the nervous system. And she's got poor communication and memory loss. Now that's asti again, because teeth are bones. Go figure. Right. Keep going. Female, 58, preoccupation with sex, premature orgasm, and quick temper, irritability. This is artava vriddhi, increased female reproductive, and pitta, high pitta. Or is it artava kshaya, decreased female reproductive, and low pitta? Or is it
High pitta.
Hi, Peter.
yes, it is high pitta, and it is also increased female reproductive tissue. So, although truthfully, it is also increased testosterone, and mostly it's owing to high pitta, and I would treat the pitta first. So that's just me, and every practitioner is different. And I'm saying this because I actually know her. Okay. Synonyms for this word include marga, passage, nadi, channel, and pata, path. Is it a srotas, a scrotum, psoriasis, or serious?
Rota.
Lotus.
Srotas, srotas, one, or srota, one. Srotamzi, multiple, lots of them. Okay, mula means root, marga means passage, and mukha means ear, pose, bone, or mouth opening, also face. Yes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, Adho down, Mukha mouth opening face, Svana dog, Asana pose, down face dog pose. Pranavaha srotas, The functions are respiration, thinking, emotions. The mula is the left chamber of the heart and the GI tract. Tell me what else it is. Which one of those guys?
Mega.
Marga,
Marga.
Marga, arterial.
Membrane.
I can't hear you guys. Tell me red, blue, yellow, or green.
Yellow.
I thought you guys were each saying a different one. So pranavahasrotis, the breath of life. If you remember, if any of you know the Christian story of God breathed into clay and made Adam, and then took a rib and made a female, so one up. I'm just kidding. Well, the story of the breath of life, that comes from the story of prana. And not to step on anybody's religion or anybody's toes, but it comes from the older systems in the Indus River Valley, which this is. This is the first medicine that we have any written record of. And all of these books by Dr. Lad are the new versions of and the evolving science of Ayurveda, which was first an oral tradition and then written down and studied in big schools like Takshila up in what is kind of India. I wouldn't say Pakistan. I think it's more, well, maybe. Can't exactly remember where Pakistan is now that they split the two, but it's in the Indus River Valley. That was where these huge universities were. And back in the day, and now still, people have wars, and these schools were burned to the ground. And it was always a tradition of teacher to students. So a teacher and disciples, ring any bells? And they would teach healing arts. These were physicians, and they would teach the healing arts. And it wasn't just fixing people, it was also proactive. It was preventive medicine, preventive health care, and they would teach people how to live. So it was lifestyle, dietary changes. And as AHCs, Ayurvedic health counselors, that's kind of your niche. That's where you really do a lot of work. You will affect the greatest change in people's lifestyles and dietary habits and when and how they eat, when and how they sleep, things like that. Anyway, back to Ayurveda. So it after the schools were burned, it was just teacher to disciples for a long time, and then they started, writing on the palm leaves, and they would put sutras together. It was called that because of the sutures. They would put a thread through one palm leaf and then through another palm leaf, and you have all these palm leaves put together, and those were their books. And then, let's see, I'm skipping way ahead. It was a recognized and practiced form of medicine in India, and then Britain came in and ruled India, invaded, conquered, and ruled India. Very, very terrible thing. And one aspect of Ayurveda is the physical portion, and we use marma points, different points on the body, like skanda, other points on the body that you press into with intent, knowing what you're doing. Like, this is the ether element, I'm pressing this into skanda and giving more space in those bones and joints and tissues. I'm reciting a mantra, they're reciting a mantra at the same time, and it affects great change in the human body. Well, these Ayurvedic practitioners would practice this, and they would affect great change. And the British, thought that they were doing black magic, not massage or marma therapy or changing the human's mind, and that changes their body and how they eat and when they eat and all this good stuff. So the British went in and would chop off the hands of the practitioners who practiced this. So every one of you who is hearing this now and practicing Ayurveda, know that you come from a lineage that was for many years blocked and put down, and literally people lost limbs for this because everything in life is both medicine and poison. It depends on how you use it. So yes, if you misuse a marma point, you can also affect great damage. But the ruling class was afraid that they would damage them because they invaded their country and took over everything and enslaved the populace. Let me tell you, the UK, man, they need that tail whipping. Anyway, so that is how Ayurveda began. Those are some of the roots. And now you get to learn it freely and online. So this is a huge step towards bringing Ayurveda to light. So sorry for the little aside, but you have to know, where these things come from. Okay, so we're in chapters 5 and 6, I believe now. So next question, are you ready? This Dhatu Vahasrotis is for body temperature, lubrication, energy, electrolyte balance, waste selection. Electrolyte balance should get you the most. Is it prana, ambu, which is water, Ana, which is food, or asti, which is bone. Yes, water, electrolyte balance, it's got to be ambu. And Ayurveda knew centuries ago that there are special collection centers for water, specifically in the mouth. And I don't remember when Western medicine found that we do have little water channels specifically for water in our mouth. This srotas is for digestion, assimilation, and absorption of food. Prana, ambu, ana, or mano. So prana is breath. Ambu, you know, is water. Mano, you know, is mind. Ana, you know, is, yes, food. Good job. Rasa, plasma, vahasrotas. What is this for? Nutrition, affection, immunity, faith, blood pressure, life function, jivana, oxygenation, enthusiasm, plastering, lepana, form, movement, support, protection, or lubrication, personal love, beauty, insulation. Yes, nutrition, affection, immunity. If someone is dancing to music, they have good immunity. Think of this. You can use this in two ways. If you play music and they're not dancing and you ask them, hey, what do you dance to? And they say, I don't dance. Plasma, rasa vahasrotas, needs some help. Also, you can treat them with what is wrong with them. A cause is and can be an effect is and can be a cause for both life and death. So if they're headed towards death and they're getting rigid and we don't dance and we talk about politics all the time or something, then you can turn them around with, well, what's your favorite song? Well, I kind of like the Righteous Brothers Unchained Melody. Okay, let's play that and get that rasa vahasrotas going back towards life. Okay, I'm giving you guys all these practical things because I needed more practical. Because once you get out there, no one's going to tell you this. You have to research it and think, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah. So take it or leave it. All right. Asti, bone vahasrotas. It does support, dharana, structure, protection of vital organs. And maja vahasrotas does what? Fill the spaces, sensation, communication, lubrication, personal love, beauty, and insulation, life function, oxygenation, and enthusiasm, or nutrition. Yes, fills the spaces, sensation, maja vahasrotas. So you think maja, nerve, CNS, it does prana, it does fill the spaces. In the bone marrow, you've got more nerve tissue and sensation, that should tell you, maja datu, and maja vahasrotas. All right, the waste srotas, there's three of them. What are they? Krisha, feces, mutra, urine, sveda, sweat, or mano, mind, shukra, male, artava, female, or prana, vital breath, ambu, water. Yes, thank you. I don't have to go through all the false ones. So feces, urine, and sweat. When a human comes into you and they have a million things wrong with them, and you can't pin them down, like, I think his pitta is high, but his kapha is out the roof, and now he's all anxious. That's vata. I don't know what's going on with him. Check their feces, their urine, and their sweats. If you are a massage therapist, or if you are allowed in your state to practice any form of body work with Ayurveda, you can give Svedana. You can have your heat packs, have the hydrocollator, put the heat packs on them. Do they not sweat? That's vata. Do they sweat excessively and they smell terrible? That's pitta. Do they sweat when they're just walking? That's kapha. So, and you can ask them, you know, when was your last bowel movement? What was it? Was it soft? Was it formed? Was it difficult to pass? Do you have frequent urinary tract infections? Do you have pain and burning on urination? If they say yes to that, when you head them to the MD, they're going to need a good antibiotic. But, all right, anyway. Maja means nerve. Mano means your mom. Urine, electrolyte, balance, urine, elimination of blood. Mind, thinking, feeling, inquiring, deciding, and desire. Or mensi.
Mind.
Yes, it is the mind. Very well done. Mano, manas, mantra, mind. When pitta enters maja dhatu, it may cause inflammation of nerves. When kapha enters maja dhatu, nothing happens. Anabolic buildup conditions may happen, like thickening of the nerves. Catabolic, yes, very good. Kapha builds, it is anabolic. Vata, it destroys, it is catabolic. You need both. Don't think vata is so bad, it just destroys. You need it. Your bones are constantly taking in calcium and releasing it back to the bloodstream in this never-ending cycle based on how you use them and your nutrition and your sleep cycles and a million other things. So you need the ability to build the bone, but you also need the ability to destroy. Like if you had a pencil with no eraser, it would suck. You might as well have a pen. So think of life as a pencil. You need the pencil and the eraser. Anabolic, build up. Catabolic, destroy. Kapha, vata. Female, age 89, repeat, herpes zoster, urinary tract infections, weakness and irritability. What therapies? Hot yoga asana, steam packs, warm tea, slow massage, cooling coconut oil, rose water mist, sitting meditation, staring at a wall, no movement. Yes. Slow massage, cooling rose water mist. So you want this because you see the pitta in this. You see the high pitta. There's a lot of fire going on. And repeat UTI, any kind of infection, any kind of itis usually is an inflammation, usually denotes an infection, can or cannot. Nurses, you guys out there, you know this with me. And weakness and irritability. The weakness, I would always check rasa, and I would check if you're a massage therapist or you use music or any sound therapies in your own practice, be very picky. Be a snob about your music. Don't just go for the thing that has an ocean on the front, because sound affects your life. It affects ether, the primal element. All right. The chakras begin. Muladhara, root, Svadhisthana, sacral, Manipura, solar plexus, Anahata, heart. Name the others. You guys can call them out too. It's okay. Yes. Vishuddha, throat chakra. Anya, third eye. And then Sahasrara. And if you say it wrong, I will not be mad. I'm very American myself. If you say Sahasrara, it's fine. You'll get it. You just have to keep hearing it over and over. I do. I used to say Dinacharya until Simon set me straight. Dinacharya. I say it all the time. Female, age 22, ungrounded, difficulty making decisions, unhealthy intimate relationship. Which chakras? Anahata, heart. Vishuddha, throat. That's clarity. That's how you speak your truth. Muladhara, roots. Yes. So unhealthy intimate relationship, you know that's Anahata, heart chakra. If she's still in that relationship, she has difficulty speaking her truth, like, this is bad. So that's her Vishuddha chakra. Muladhara root chakra is survival and groundedness. She's feeling ungrounded. She's having difficulty making decisions. You have to have both Muladhara and Sahasrara, all of them really, but these two are most affected when you're making decisions. I know this because I struggled with the decisions as a youth. All right, podium. Oh, Laura just took it. Abby, you gotta get it back. No, I'm just kidding, there's no competition. Yes, there is. Keep going, guys. I'm just kidding. Okay, this is your last one, chapter 7 and 8. And I know when you did chapter 8, she gave a lot of really beautiful sacred material, and you had to do the exam, you kind of had to know the actual chapter. So you're going to see things in here that she didn't go over, which is fine, because I love her and I think she's awesome, and I loved what she gave you. She gave you guys, you know, when I go off on tangents, she gave you guys a lot of stuff that I didn't get until like years into Ayurveda. So here's your number, 601-7074. Come on in, guys. Don't be scared. Laura's got 2. Abby's got 1. Abby's like, oh, you're not kicking me out. I'm in. All right. Anybody else want to try? You can do this, guys. And it's okay if you don't too, because I'm very much like you. Usually if I'm in class, I'm like, let me hide myself. It's fine. You'll get to the point where you, I don't know, I guess you kind of realize that other people like looking at you. You like to see humans, not just, you know, nothing. So then you'll start slowly putting yourself up on the screen. And you'll do this especially when you open your own practices, if and when you do, or when you start adding more Ayurveda into your practice. You'll be more comfortable with it. You have to be, because people will ask you a million questions. All right, are you ready? That was my little drum roll. The pure essence of Kapha dosha, I spelled it wrong, and the water element is Ojas, Tejas, Prana, or Avyakta? Yes, water, Kapha. Ojas. Well done, ladies. The pure essence of Pitta dosha and fire. Which one? Ojas, Tejas, Prana, or Avyakta? Yes! Well done, ladies. The pure essence of Vata dosha and ether elements. Ojas, Tejas, Prana, or Avyakta? Yes, Prana, good job. Just to let you know, Avyakta means unmanifest. 3/4 of creation is unmanifest. So everything you see and experience in life is only 1/4 of that which exists according to Ayurveda. And that makes me so happy because there is great potential. All right. Apara Ojas is raw and unprocessed and mobile. What is superfine, processed, pure, mature Ojas? Para Ojas in the heart, Pranayama Ojas in the lungs, Prinana Ojas in your affection, or Lepana Ojas in a paste application. Yes, remember Sanskrit takes and puts it before something. So Vyakta, manifest, Avyakta, unmanifest. Para Ojas, para supreme, param supreme, apara Ojas, unsupreme, really. It just means the mobile one, the one that Vyana Vayu circulates throughout your body. Oh, Abby took the lead. Laura, what are you going to do? Just kidding. When Vyana Vayu is working wrong, it can displace Ojas, Ojo Vishramza, leading to Ojo Vyapat. Obviously, see, I don't use these with my clients either. So, which does it? Yes! Ojo Dushti, which is disturbed Ojas. Good job. Gosh, I didn't even finish saying it. So, you know that Ojo Kashaya is depleted. So, when your Ojas is low, when your life, your pure essence of self, your substance is low, your Ojas, that glow is low. That's Ojo Kashaya. When it is increased, then that is Ojo Vritti, and Ojo Dushti, or is disturbed. It's also Ojo Vyapat. They come up with great names for these things that you may or may not ever remember. Rupa, color, sparsha, touch, division, velocity, illumination. These are all qualities of Ojas, Tejas, Prana, or the unmanifest. Think, color, touch. Yes! Fire, you need fire to see. Oh, Laura Abby's in the lead. Soma and oxygen are the food of the vital breath, which is called Prana, Tejas, Ojas, or Charaka. Yes, Prana, vital breath. Yes, oh my gosh, you guys are neck and neck. Every what is a center of awareness, and we have the capability of changing our blank through blank. Every cell is a center of awareness. Yes, okay. And we have the capability of changing our DNA through awareness. If you remember nothing else from this entire school, know that every cell in your body is a center of awareness according to Ayurveda. And you can change. Our DNA mutates all the time. And you can change it based on your awareness. Right now I'm aware of talking to you guys, and now for the first time I'm checking the time to be kind to poor Renee. And I wasn't even thinking of the gardenia and the jasmine. We have an atomic attention. We can put it on one thing in detail, or we can put it on a lot with very low detail. And if you go between those two things, you will find enlightenment actually much easier, because you will lose your ego and your manas, your mind. You will lose your mind, but in a very good way. You will start becoming aware of your awareness. Like, what are you aware of right now? And then can you take one step behind yourself almost and look at yourself being aware of what you are aware of. I guess it sounds like riddles, but it's actually meditation. All right, the most healing concept of Ayurveda is that what is within you? What is within you? Two things. Breath and bone, Asti and Maja, love and God, or nothing and nothing. Yes, love is within you. God is within you. So when your people come to you, it's not really you you aren't doing anything. You are redirecting them to look back at themselves. So just like it feels really good to learn, but then when I say, hey, tell me why you're here, what is your point in learning all of this? All of a sudden, it makes you that feeling of, oh, and you're looking at yourself like, I don't know, why am I here? It's late, I could be sleeping, or, oh, because I love this stuff, I eat this, I have all these books, I can't get enough. All of a sudden, you're finding God within you as this energy of life. the unmanifest within the manifest. It's pretty cool. All right. Oh, Abby is kicking butt. Madura is to sweet, earth and water, as amla is to sour, earth and fire, salty, water and fire, pungent, air and fire. Yes, amla is sour, earth and fire. So sweet, madura, is earth and water. Sour, amla, is earth and fire. So if you ever want to memorize it my way, so remember ether, air, fire, water, and earth. So if I want to say sweet taste, earth and water. So I say madura, 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 earth, water, madura, madura, madura. It's just one way to memorize these things so that when you're practicing for the exam, the AHC exam that Namanel has, how am I going to remember this? Oh, earth, water, madura. Okay, so sour is earth and fire, sour, amla, earth and fire. And you're also doing a mudra and you're practicing. Remember, this is an evolving science. This can be just as much a mudra as this or anything else. Well, maybe not anything else. Certain mudras people practice nowadays in America with a middle finger, I wouldn't really recommend. All right, astringent is to kashaya, air and earth. Let's see, air and earth, yeah, these two. As tikta is to what? So what does tikta mean? Bitter, pungent, salty, or sour? Yes, bitter, air and ether. So air, ether. Air and ether, bitter. Tikta, tikta grita. Grita is ghee, tikta is bitter. Bitter ghee is ghee with turmeric in it. And it's amazing. If you have too much fire, too much going on, and you're getting weak at the same time, and you're irritable and weak, tikta grita. Okay, so next one. Lavana is to salty, water and fire, as katu is to sweet, sour, pungent, or bitter. Yes, pungent, air and fire. So air, fire. There you go, katu. And you don't have to memorize it my way. You can memorize it yours. High vata can be pacified with what three tastes? What three tastes take down vata? Sweet, sour, salty. Pungent, bitter, astringent. Sweet, bitter, astringent. Or no taste help at all. Vata is doomed.
The one with salty in it.
Did somebody say vata is doomed? That was awesome. Right. Sweet, sour, and salty. Sweet, sour, and salty take down vata. And they put up what? What would increase if you ate all this ice cream and these taste?
Kapha.
Yes, kapha. Good job. So what takes down vata increases kapha. So if you're vata kapha predominant like I am, good luck. Okay. High pitta can be lowered with what three tastes? Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent, sweet, bitter, astringent.
Bitter.
Yes. So the only thing that never made sense to me was that sweet can take down pitta. I, for some reason, couldn't remember that. I love sweet taste. And I always had to remember, okay, that which I love is now mixed with that which I try to avoid. I can't even wear the color red because I'll get pitta poisoned. So sweet, bitter, astringent, those take down pitta. So this is the digestion chapter. These are the main things that you want to learn, because when someone comes in and they're like through the roof mad about something and their life makes them mad and the Republican administration makes them mad, I shouldn't even talk about that, and a million other things get them going, you can help them by saying these herbs are sweet, bitter, and astringent. They will help this, or this diet guideline. These are sweet foods, bitter foods, astringent foods. And if you look in your book or anywhere online, you can find different food guidelines that will show you which foods relate to this. So this is also very practical. Okay, high kapha can be lowered with what three tastes? Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent, sweet, bitter, astringent, or none. Pungent, bitter, and astringent. So pungent, if you guys are like me, when I was in gifted school, they used the word digits for the first time, and I was thinking digits, not numbers, and I just sat there looking around thinking, should I ask the question? I don't know what this means. Pungent means spicy. Oh, that's very pungent. It's very spicy. I didn't know that when I started this 13 years ago. So now you guys know. Pungent is spicy. Bitter is bitter. Like if you lick cardboard, it's bitter. Or bark is bitter. Well, turmeric is bitter. Any barks are usually bitter. Astringent. If you've ever had astringents that you use on your face, they take all the moisture out. If you taste something astringent, it just sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. So kapha is very water predominant, and water and earth, so it makes mud sometimes. So you want to suck out all the water and get it going, right? So astringent would help decrease kapha. All right. Rasa is taste from the tongue. Virya is the heating or cooling energy in the stomach and small intestine. It is the potent energy. Brain and kidney, it is dopamine. Colon and excreta, it is either sweet, sour, or pungent. Yes. So rasa is taste. You started on your tongue, right? Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent. Virya is either hot or cold, and it's in your stomach and your small intestine. So if you've ever eaten really cold ice cream and you feel it cold and then you swallow it too fast and you're like, oh, but it's so cold and it's cold all the way down here. Well, imagine that in the stomach. It's either a heating or a cooling effect in your stomach. And that is virya. And then you have vipak, which I think is the next question, so I won't tell you. Rasa is taste from the tongue. Vipaka is the post-digestive effect, so after digestion. Where is it? Stomach and small intestine, brain and kidney, colon and excreta. Yes. So if you've ever had, let's see, really spicy Indian food, and then you have it the next day when you go to the bathroom, and then it feels really spicy coming out, or really hot Mexican, Thai, oh, hot Thai food, yeah, that'll get you. That you are feeling the vipak, or the vipaka, which is the post-digestive effect. You're feeling it. Just think of it like that. All right, the rasas tastes with cooling virya, potent energy in the stomach and small intestine. So what tastes cool down for virya? Is it sweet, bitter, and astringent? Sour, salty, and pungent? Yes, sweet, bitter, and astringent. Yep. Sweets, usually cooling. So, and then bitter and astringent. Anything with air and ether in it. So you know these are made up of the different elements. Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent. Sweet is water and earth. There we go, these two. So, but anything with air and ether in it, or either one of those, expand, expansiveness, vata, cold, cooling. So it'll have a cooling effect in your stomach and small intestine. I know that this is a lot of information, guys, but hopefully if you just keep going over it again and again, it's like medical school. You just have to go over it again and again, or come up with really naughty rhymes to remember them all. The rasas taste with heating virya, or potent energy in the stomach and small intestine. Which tastes give you heating energy in your stomach? So you already know it's not number one. Hopefully none of you have picked the yellow and the green one.
Pungent and salty.
Sour,
Yes. Sour, salty, and pungent.
Yeah.
Those all give you a heating virya, a heating effect. Very well done. All right. The rasas taste with sweet vipak. So this is post-digestive effect in your colon. What tastes give you the sweet effect? Is it sweet and salty, sour, or pungent, bitter, and astringent? Or none?
Pungent.
Yes. If you have a sweet or a salty taste, you're going to have a sweet post-digestive effect. Now, this is not to be confused with C. difficile, which smells sweet. Anyone who has C. diff, high C. diff diarrhea, it'll smell not good, but it'll smell sweet. So if you're smelling too much sweet and you're having diarrhea, go to an MD. The rasas tastes with sour vipak, or post-digestive effect. So which tastes give you sour colon and sour excreta? Sweet and salty, sour, pungent, bitter, and astringent, or none?
Sour.
Yes, Indu, I hear you. Thank you. Sour. Sour going in, sour coming all the way through. Sour is very potent. Take it in small doses, especially if you have high pitta. The rasas taste with pungent, spicy vipak, or post-digestive effect in your colon and your excreta. What tastes make it spicy down there? Sweet and salty, sour, or yes, pungent, bitter, and astringent. Very well done. What means achintavirya, unpredictable action of a substance? This is a substance that has its own awareness, and it just decides, I'm going to do something different than my cousin over here who does the same thing with me, except I'm going to do something different. Yes, prabhav. Prabhav is specific, dynamic action with awareness. So if you take aloe vera gel and nothing happens, and then you take organic aloe vera gel and all of a sudden your eyes are brighter, you have a luster, your voice gets, I don't know, whatever happens, the miracle effect, prabhav. If, I'm trying to think of any good examples. They've got better ones in the book. Cayenne pepper has all of the rasa, virya, and vipak of pepper longam, but cayenne will have a more heating effect, and I think pepper longam, when the longer you keep it, it gets sweet. So don't count me on that one. You have to look it up in the book. All right, but that's prabhav. It is almost like proof that everything is alive and everything has awareness. Think of it that way, and it gives an unexpected result. Okay, what are the, about 1 hour each, stages of digestion? There's madura, amla, lavana, so sweet, sour, salty. What are the rest of them? Yes. So just like the tastes, every stage of digestion, and it takes about 1 hour, has that stage, just like the taste. So the first hour of digestion is the sweet digestion. So if your mother ever said, don't eat your dessert first, she was wrong. I always eat it first. Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent. If you memorize them in that order, then you will remember the stages of digestion. And it will help you. Sweet, sour, salty decreases vata, increases kapha. Pungent, bitter, astringent increases kapha. Increases vata and decreases kapha. And then you just have to remember pitta, sweet is a little different. So sweet, and then, what is it? Bitter and astringent. Those three, yeah. Those are the ones that throw me. Those lower pitta, and the other three raise it. So just memorize them like that. Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent. And then you'll have your stages of digestion. Last question. The 3 laws of nutrition are prana, irrigation, tejas, selectivity, and, so you got prana, tejas, and yes, ojas, transformation. So prana sends everything everywhere. It is movement, it's the flow of life, it is the flow of intelligence in your cells. Tejas, selectivity, it can pick out what it needs. So the selective membrane, cell membranes, and the nuclear membrane, all of that selectivity.
Sweet,
that's
sour,
tejas.
salty, pungent.
Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent. And then ojas is transformation. It is matter to energy and energy to matter. So if you're a physicist, ojas. All right, Abby. Abby took this one. Okay, so Laura, Abby. This one is Abby. Did I miss another one? No? You guys aren't going to tell me anyway, are you? Like, I don't know. I can't remember who did this. All right. So that was chapters 7 and 8 review. We got through all the games. So now I'm going to get rid of this and bring you guys back up full screen as much as I can. All right. I'm stopping my share. I want you guys to tell me, first of all, we're going to go through each of you, and I want you to tell me the one thing that you really need help with. One thing. And I'm going to call on you. All right, so first person beside me is Abby. So you had no time to think. I'm sorry, Abby. One thing in Ayurveda that you need some help understanding or focusing on.
Sure. Probably the dhatus.
The dhatus?
Yeah, I think that I think I have not a very firm grasp on, the bodily tissues. I mean, maybe I'll just reread the chapter or something.
Okay.
I probably could have thought of a different answer if I had more time to think, but that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
Because they do always seem a little confusing. I mean, But I'm really appreciating how it all sort of, if you have an understanding of the elements and the doshas, like we were talking about last week, you can sort of kind of, it's almost like a puzzle, some of these questions, you can kind of piece it together. So that's actually been really nice that it's, even if I don't totally specifically remember something, there's little cues in the words and it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And you still have the PowerPoint, right, on the document?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
That chapter is long. That is 70 pages. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you can't remember the datus. Just start by memorizing them. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Maja, Shukra, Artava. So when you are driving somewhere, say it. Say it like a mantra until you start memorizing them. And then you start thinking of what they mean. Rasa, plasma, Rakta, blood, Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, muscle, Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, fat. Got lots of good fat. Asti, bone, Maja, CNS and nerve tissue. Shukra Artava, Shukra male, Artava female reproductive system. And you start there and until you get it, like a foundation. And then you go into, well, what does it do? Well, these are the upadatus. This is what bones produce hair in males. This is the function of mamsa. Muscle tissue covers things, so it does lepara. It covers, just like if you're doing a body paste, you're pasting them, lepana or udvartana, truly. And you don't have to memorize the Sanskrit. You could memorize the Sanskrit names for the dhatus, but just remember that this is like the systems of the body, like when we're in school in America and we memorize, this is the endocrine system, this is the circulatory system. So circulatory system is now rasa, plasma, rakta, and it's also the different pranas, because you have vyana, vayu, and so it all interacts, but you take it one step at a time. And also know that it takes years. It's not just you're going to be finished with this and you're going to be like, I know everything. Dr. Ladd still looks things up, and so does Dr. Crawley, and he gets awards from India for his work. So all of these people, if they don't remember, it's okay. They look it up. We're Americans. We're not taught this from birth. And if you are taught this from birth, you better get every question right. I'm just kidding. So yeah, start there. But I'll come back to you because I didn't give you any time.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Okay, next beside me is Indu. Indu, what question do you have?
I have difficulty understanding the gunas.
You have difficulty? So which gunas do you have difficulty?
I know there are those three, what do you call oh God, there's the Raja, the Tama, and the Sattva.
Sattva, yes.
Yes. I just get mixed up with the last one, the Tama. The Tama is the dull one, right?
Tamas, yes.
Is the dull one. And the Raja is the one where, I kind of get confused with Raja.
Okay. Can you see my book? This is page 7 in the first volume.
Okay, I'm just turning to page 7. Give me a moment.
And I'm going to hold it up here in case anybody doesn't have their book on them. So, Purusha, witnessing, that is the awareness, that is life.
Yes.
Prakriti, the female principle, the creativities, this is male principle, female principle, they are equal. The male principle is the witnessing awareness. It's what you actually get to and become one with and are always one with. When people are enlightened, bam, they're there. They realize you are me.
The Pushna is the male.
Male. Prakriti is the female.
Female.
It is the creative potential. It is, she is the mother of the universe. Male and female get together. Their first baby is Mahad. This is supreme intelligence. So
Yes.
when the divine father and the divine mother, I'm going to use these terms,
they have the buddhi.
get together. Their first baby is Mahad. This is supreme intelligence. This is why cells know how to divide. This is how the universe knows to create galaxies. This is how Brahman, the creator, the manifest universe, knows to expand on an inhale and contract on an exhale. Brahmanam Langanam.
Okay.
So that's the supreme intelligence, their first baby. Their first baby, part of that baby is in each of us. That is our buddhi. That is our intelligence. Right. And that intelligence then combines with, oh, well, I am this body. I am ahamkara. That is our ego.
Yes.
Separate from the ahamkara and not shown on here, you have manas, your own mind, which is not your intellect or your intelligence, the buddhi. And you have atman, which is your soul. So that's not shown on here. So this goes from supreme intelligence to our intelligence, buddhi, and then ahamkara, ego. This is the sense of being a being. I am. A sense of I, ego, ahamkara. Ahamkara then has these gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. And in truth, these are in everything.
Yes.
So sattva is the light of intelligence. It is luminosity. It is pure. It is everything that you want to strive to be. It is
because you see the fire there. I relate the fire to purity.
Okay, yes. Then there's tamas on the other side. And tamas is inertia.
Something very confused because of all the lines going through. I mean, I'm just trying to remember it like that in my
Don't
mind.
look anywhere past them. Stay here.
Okay.
Sattva is the light.
Okay.
Tamas is inertia. It is darkness. This is vast, empty space. Tamas.
Okay.
It is, but without anything in it. It is, if you were to imagine nothing, that is tamas.
Okay.
Every time you think you can do something, and then a little voice inside your head says, I can't do that. I'm too fill in the blank here. That's tamas. That is inertia. It is dullness. It is darkness. Sattva is, oh, I want to do something good. What can I leave this world? I have X amount of breaths left. What can I do? That's sattva. How can I do this? Let me be more creative. Let me plant something. That's sattva. And meditation. Think meditation. Actually, that's a better form to think of. Sattva, light. Then there's rajas. Rajas is, it is constant motion. It is the kinetic energy. It takes tamas and turns it into sattva. It takes darkness and turns it into light. Those are sattva, rajas, and tamas.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can get into the rest of it underneath there. The organic universe and the inorganic universe.
And that Dr. Farley's book,
nope.
where we read about the mind.
This is Dr. Ladd's textbook.
I know, but in the book, the other book that we bought to study in the workbook, in the book club, Dr. Farley's book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In that, he says, yeah, that's the one. I have that.
Yeah.
In that, he says we should know this because this is our conscience and we should understand this. It works in the mind.
Okay, wait. What's your question?
No, I'm just trying to understand it from the way he explains it in the book.
Yes. Dr. Farley gets more in depth with
Yes.
Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, Ojas, Tejas, and Prana. And he has a different perspective in some places than Dr. Ladd. But they're both coming from the exact same source, Ayurveda.
Thank you. That makes it, I'm glad you went over this page with me because it made it a little clear for me. Thank you.
I have to go over that page often.
I know. I go back and I forget it and then I come back to it. And then I forget it and then I come back to it. I look at this page all the time.
Yes. And that's good. It'll keep refreshing in your mind. But thank you, Indu.
Thank you.
Okay. Next beside her on my screen is Ruby. Ruby, what is your one question? Ruby, can you hear me?
I have too many.
Oh, you have too many questions?
None of this is really gelling to me.
I'm so sorry, it's hard to hear you. None of this is.
I'm overwhelmed, and I'm very Thomas.
Yeah, I get it completely. It is overwhelming, the amount of information. So just like life, when it is overwhelming, take a step back and breathe. And then the first thought that comes to your heart, the first thing that you think of, like, let's see, here's an example. I am overwhelmed in Ayurveda. They're now getting a doctorate out. I've been doing this for so many, many years. Part of me wants to go for it. Part of me doesn't. Part of me thinks, why. If I put the word doctor beside my name, people are going to expect me to set bones and stuff that I don't want to do because I'm not a nurse. I don't work as a nurse anymore. I want to do Ayurveda instead. And I get overwhelmed thinking of what they're going to put on that test because it's a lot of information. So for me, I then stop and start thinking, what do I want to do? So if I were you, I would go back and look at, why did I want this? What prompted this? Because for me, when I found out that I just thought it would be cool to be called doctor, I stopped wanting it. Call me practitioner, call me what you want, I'm still going to do the same work. For you, if you got into this thinking, I am a massage therapist, I want this to be an extension of my work, then find why. If all of the theory is too much and it's overwhelming, then go to the body work. Go to the Panchakarma. Go to the Udvartana and Garshana and all of the body work therapies. If you got into this because you're a nurse and you're like, well, nursing school sucked, but I'm a nurse now. I'm just talking from my perspective. And I want to help people, and this is a more natural way. Then think of how you would use it. You are a creative expression of life. You're brought here because something in you brought you here. So was it the herbs? Do you love the herbs? Then forget everything that we're telling you and go find the herbs. Go through the book until you find what you're looking for. And then once you get there, through all of Ayurveda, you'll be drawn back to the theory again and again, here and there. But just take it in little pieces. You don't have to pass the NAMA exam. You don't have to be an AHC. You don't have to do any of this. Go for what you love. Your life is this short. Do what you love to do. And if this is a pain in your butt, then only study the part that you love and or what you came here for, and use it. You know?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Is there any part of it that you love that you're like, man, I wish you would have spent more time telling us about the chakras or whatever?
No. I think that I just didn't really feel I was able to put the time into this because there's just only so many hours in the day, and it's a big commitment. I enjoy it, and what I've been learning, I really do enjoy. I just can't pick it up fast enough to be on par at this point. And so I just have to accept that it's going to be something I'll continue reading and studying on my own. That's where it'll really come together, I think.
Yeah, it does. You're right. I don't know how many. I spend about $500 to $1,000 a year on books alone for Ayurveda. I don't recommend that to any of you. If you'd like to have a savings account, don't do what I do. But it's because I have this something in me that pulls me to know more. So, and when I was in the inaugural class for Soma in Topaz, I was also in school for my bachelor's for computer programming.
Mm-hmm.
And I put more of my energy into that so I could graduate top of my class and program circles around all those boys, and the Sima Pitta was too high. And I didn't study everything that I could. I got through all the exams, but I couldn't tell you so much of what I was taking in. And when I was finally done with both schools, I had a baby, so life was fast. And then, thank God for Saturn, as we say in Ayurveda, Om Shri Shainshwaraya Svaha. Saturn, everyone doesn't like it except me because it slows everything down. If you're trying to get something, it's like, nope, slow it down. You need to slow down. And thank God it did, because then I couldn't do my practice. I had to stay home with a baby. And then I started studying more and getting the words correct. And for the first time, started studying the Sanskrit portion. I've done this for so many years that in my head, I'm like, well, I know this, but it's hard to verbalize into the Sanskrit. So it'll come. Saturn will come around to you.
Yeah,
you will have time.
Flow is good for me. I like flow. That's
Here. I love Saturn. I don't know why people don't. Slow me down. I'm ready. Give me a nap. But I'm here for you. If you ever have a question, and all of you guys too, just, call me, text me, email me. Okay, so I got to get through everybody. So thank you, Ruby. And Laura, I see you're next. What is your question?
I don't really have a specific question. I think where I'm at with this right now is just trying to figure out more about my own constitution and my Vikruti and how I can use this to treat it and to find balance, and so that I can support like the other aspects of the learning process that I'm going through with the massage therapy program. And I'm also, I feel a lot of this for me is like, at this point, I really like understand and I like the theory of it, and I just want to be able to put it in practice for myself, because I think that's like some of the more like convincing and like evidence-based anecdotal evidence that I could like pass on to other people. So I'm like I'm just kind of working on my own imbalances, and just want to know more. I want to know more herbs, more things that I can do to support like reducing my pitta, because apparently I'm a very pitta person. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
like, yeah.
So since you've voiced that you want to know more about herbs, baby toys. Let's see This will do. Okay. Herbs. I don't know if you can see this. This is Sebastian Pole, P-O-L-E.
Yep.
Ayurvedic Medicine. This is, first of all, the prettiest book I've seen for Ayurveda. It has a foreword. It's got a little bit of what you're learning now, a little bit of the history. I don't think they even go into how people have their hands cut off. That was terrible when I found that out. A little bit of Ayurvedic anatomy and Virya, Virpak, all this good stuff. So all of this is what you're studying now. And then it goes into plant profiles, Bala. You can see the roots that you use. You can see what the plant looks like. These are the constituents, the indications, the combinations. This is not to be memorized. Don't ever memorize herbs. Just use them and you will learn them. Like, aspirin is for a headache. You didn't have to sit there and memorize aspirin, headache, ibuprofen, reduces inflammation, blah, blah, blah. You just use them and then you learn them. Use them on yourself first. And they have indications, contraindications, and safety, due to its ephedrine content that may interact with caffeine and MAO inhibitors, blah, blah, blah. So, and this has so many of them. You can use, there is, in Thai medicine, we have a story about Jivaka Kumarabaka, who was the physician to the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama. I like Guan Yin better than the Buddha, but people like the Buddha. And Jivaka Kumarabaka, his physician, when he was training in Ayurveda. It was not called Ayurveda then, it was just called medicine. Nowadays, we call it Ayurveda so that we don't say medicine and get in trouble for practicing medicine without a license here in America. So Jivaka was training, and at the end of his training, his teacher said, "You are ready." And he said, "No, teacher, I am not ready." And his teacher said, "You are right, you are not ready. I need you to go out in the surrounding forest and find me one plant that I cannot use for medicine." And so Jivaka did. He went out and he spent day after day after day and couldn't find anything. He kept testing them and cutting them up and using them for different ailments. And then he said, "I need some help." So he got all his friends, other students together. And year after year went by, 5 years went by. And he was cataloging all of these plants and what they were used for. Finally, he goes to his teacher and he's like, "It's been 5 years, teacher. I can't find what you sent me out there for." And his teacher said, "Now you're ready to graduate." He wasn't ready to graduate because he didn't think he was ready to graduate. And in the meantime, he cataloged all these herbs, which we also now have in our books. So these herbs are amazing. I use them. You can buy them wholesale, Banyan Botanicals. You can buy them New Directions Aromatics, that's another one I use. Essential oils, they're great at New Directions for that. And they're sustainably sourced and fair traded. So if you love herbs, Sebastian Pole Ayurvedic Medicine. This is not the only one. And these herbs, since you're in the massage program, you can use them powdered. You can use them in essential oil form. You can use them as decoctions. You don't just have to take them internally. In fact, I recommend for the first several years of your practice, you use them externally and use them on yourself first. And dilute everything, especially thyme, T-H-Y-M-E. Dilute that with milk. Make it very dilute because it will burn your skin. And then so, okay, is that good?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I have to go fast. Okay, next one beside you is Karima. Karima, what is your question?
Greetings. I really don't have a question. I feel like I understand, and I just have to, knowing my learning style, I have to really delve deep. I have to delve deep into everything. So learning Sanskrit is going to help me even more. So getting into the roots of the words and what they mean and the pronunciation, it's going to give me a stronger understanding and help me to remember better.
That's a good idea. Okay, so I really do. I am sorry to be a nerd, but you guys are all going to benefit from my nerddom. So this one is by Nikolai Bachman. He's amazing. This is 108 Sanskrit flashcards with a CD in here. It's got, and since this is all you see when you go to Amazon, I don't think they show you stuff in there. This is amazing. Here, vowel abbreviations. You have the Sanskrit, and you have what it looks like, or sounds like. And on the opposite side of these, you can start drawing them. I'm not there yet. I have my head in all the other books, and I do a lot of work. So my Sanskrit and my Jyotish, they've taken a back seat. But if you want to learn Sanskrit, this is amazing. And the way that I've been studying this when I have time, when I'm not reading the others, I'll be in the tub, which is my only real time to myself since I have a 2-year-old. No babies are allowed in the tub with me. And I'll sit here and look at it, and then I'll look at how to write it. It shows you the different ways. And then here's an example of it used in a word. I'll turn it over. Oh, it says va, as in variety. V, v, v. And I keep saying it, and it tells you it's labial, right? And it's soft, and it's semi-vowel, and it's derived from U and A put together. So U and A, in English, we'd say yua or la. And then if you keep going with that, and you put the V there, wa, va, 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 va. So this is va, va, va. And I'll just sit there and say it and look and say it and look. And then it has an example like vahana, vehicle, vahana, vehicle, va, va, va. So I use these all the time. And he has another one. If you want to learn it faster, this is kindergarten. If you want to go to grade school, get Simon's book. I put it out as a mass email for you guys. And there's one more book. Hold on, I'll go get it for you. All right, if you're lazy like me and you want to read in the tub, I do everything literally everything in the bathtub. I do yoga. I'm in there for like 2 hours, guys. It's terrible. It's my me time. I can't afford to always get a massage sometimes. All right, this is by Nikolai Bachman. This is called The Language of Yoga. It has an awesome CD in the back of it, and it has chants in it. It has the asana. It has the asana name, Padmasana. Padma, lotus, asana, posture. Here's how it looks in Sanskrit. Padma, asana. Padma asana, when you put 2 vowels together, you say it as one in Sanskrit, Padmasana. It has all of these. And it doesn't just have it in this form. It also has chants, like chants to Ganesh and all these things. It's got Sanskrit words for Bhagavad Gita and all these other things in here. Wherever you see a little CD, you can listen to the CD and hear him say it. So it makes it easier. And then what I really love, and the thing I first got this for, it has Ashtanga. So, hold on. Ashtanga, first series, the whole series. So if you want to know, well, I want to be a better yoga teacher, here's the whole first series. Surya Namaskar 1 and 2. Here's all the standing postures. And they have them broken down for you. So if you're really trying to learn Sanskrit, Dandasana, staff posture, and then you can look at each one of these individually and use them with the cards. Me, I just love the asanas put in there as well. So this is how I first started studying asana, like truly studying it. So this is both yoga and Sanskrit put together. So this makes it more accessible, like gives you a practical, instead of just, let me use some cards, all of a sudden, this is why you would use it. So when people say, Adho Mukha Svanasana, oh, I know what that is. It's in here. Adho is down, Urdhva is up, so Adho is down. Mukha, mouth, face, or opening. And Shvana is dog. Asana is posture or position or pose. So down, face, opening, mouth, dog, pose. But now they say down facing dog or downward dog. That's how they say it.
It's a whole experience.
It really is. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And don't just read what I'm saying. You'll be drawn to books. If you're in this class, then you're a healing artist, which means either it's in your blood, your ancestors, it's going through your DNA, or you're being called. So anyone listening to this, welcome to the same journey that the rest of us here are on. It will open up your heart, it will break your heart, and all of a sudden you'll start transforming. And then you'll be stuck with like massive amounts of books. I don't know if that's even on camera. And studying 24/7, and then you'll be teaching. I don't even know how many times you're going to be asked to teach, but it'll be a lot. So, okay. Thank you very much. Hopefully I answered your question well. And we'll go to the next one. Okay. Let's see. Abby, did I get you, Abby?
Yeah, you already got me. I was the first one.
Nikki. Are you up there?
I'm here.
Oh,
can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. What's your question?
Could you go over that illustration where you left off with Safa, Rogers, and Thomas?
Yes, because it is really important. It's very vital. Okay, so E equals mc squared. Energy and matter are the same. I'm not so sure he got I think it should really be energy equals matter. And the constant would be God. So that's the Ayurvedic view. So energy, matter. So Purusha, male principle, divine father. Prakriti, female principle, divine mother. This is passive, choiceless awareness. When you're meditating and you're not like, yeah, I should make meatloaf for dinner. Why am I vegetarian? Or something. When you're not thinking that, you're here. When you are thinking, when you are, I shouldn't say when you are, but when you're not, you're finally at this. Prakriti is what brings to life everything. So, and if you see males and females, doesn't matter what you're born as, gender identity male, gender identity female. So drag queens are awesome. They get things done. The female principle, they get things done. It is the creative principle. And we have both within us. So whether you are gender identity male or gender identity female, this is us. This is within both of us. But on the cosmic level, this is life, awareness, and this is awareness in motion and creation. They get together, they have Mahad, supreme intelligence. This is the intelligence of the universe. When I was little, I was raised Catholic, very Irish Catholic, and then Native American. So I had some balance there. But the Irish Catholic part said that there's a God, and when you die, you can ask him everything. And that's the supreme intelligence of the universe. So that was what my understanding was. But they call it Mahad in Ayurveda. That is why gas expands in the universe and then contracts and forms planets or stars or whatnot. That's the why. Then of that supreme intelligence, the individuated portion is buddhi, and that is within us. That is our intelligence. When you're faced with a decision and you're not emotional about it, the emotions are done, and you're not ego about it, well, my needs are, and you're not thinking self-wise, and you're thinking, the intelligence of this situation demands that I do this, this, and this. Or you're a mom, right? I'm a mom too. So our intelligence, besides survival instinct of protect children, the intelligence of I have to let them go when they get to college. Yeah, that would be intelligence buddhi. I know, right? I don't want to let mine go either. But she's 20, 12, and 2. Let me tell you, that's a big age. I thought I was going to be free. No. Okay, so that's our intelligence. That comes down to ahamkara, that's our ego. Separate from all of this is manas, mind, atman, soul, right? So that's I am. And in the universe, and also part of our ego and part of us, is sattva, rajas, and tamas. Tamas is inertia. Sattva is pure light, essence, and being. And rajas is, like, if sattva were left alone, it would just be a monk meditating 24/7. If tamas were left alone, it'd be me on the couch with a bowl of briars, not moving ever. Rajas is the active principle. It takes tamas and turns it to sattva. You need all three of these to exist in creation. So obviously, ahamkara, buddhi, mahad, these have sattva, rajas, and tamas. They're not separated until the ego. So sattva with rajas, because rajas makes things go. So rajas, the active principle. Oh, sure. The active principle goes, I can't see me, so you have to tell me. The active principle goes to the light and creates the organic universe. The active principle goes to inertia, the darkness, and creates the inorganic universe. You need all of these. We need darkness and inertia so we can sleep, so that we're not hyperactive. We need sattva so that we're not just bumps on a log. So for the inorganic universe, you have sound, touch, form, taste, and odor. These are the things that you can experience, right? I have gardenia over here. You're not smelling them, but I am. The odor is here, and then my senses go out to find it and bring it back to me. So odor is separate from the smelling of the odor. The odor is inorganic. The smelling of the odor is over here, 5 sense faculties: hearing, touch, vision, taste, and smell, right? So the way I memorized it was ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Hearing, touch, vision, taste, and smell. And that's how you can memorize which element goes with which. Oh, sorry. Hold on, let me see if I can like put myself up here, and then I'll be able to see what you're seeing. There we go. Oh, now I can see. Okay, there we go. So, ether, air, fire, water, earth, right? That all comes from rajas with sattva. Sattva by itself wouldn't do anything. Tamas by itself wouldn't do anything. Rajas has to combine with it. And then also, besides having all of this and making the elements themselves, they're inorganic, right? Ether doesn't talk to you. It's just ether. So that's inorganic. And sound, it doesn't know whether you hear it or not. You have to actually listen in order to hear it. I know that makes it sound more confusing, but inorganic, think not alive. Organic, alive. Hearing, you have to be alive to hear. Sound, sounds. It doesn't have to be alive. So sattva and rajas, that's all that tamas creates, really. The elements, and then their gunas, right? So their gunas are sound, touch, form, taste, and odor. And then sattva and rajas, they create the sense faculties that can take in those gunas, and the faculties of action which relate to them. So hearing, speech. We can hear, we want to do the same thing, so we speak. Touch, we can feel, we want to do the same thing. Instead of feeling, we want to also touch, we want to touch the world and feel what everything else feels like. Vision, instead of just looking, we also want to do something with form. So it says walking, which relates to the feet, but it's more than just that. It's also action in earth. You'll get into that in deeper levels of Ayurveda. Taste. Once you taste something, you want to have more taste. In Ayurveda, it relates to water, and that relates to procreation. You want to create things. So that is why food is often used as rasayanas, rejuvenatives, and aphrodisiacs. Scents can also be ones, but just think taste, water, procreation. You want to create a taste in the world. And then smell, earth, right? Elimination. Obviously, what we eliminate, we can smell. We want to not just smell, but create things that smell. So, and this is why water and earth are often confused in different teachers of Ayurveda. But we teach with Dr. Lad because he's honestly a living guru. If you ever have the capability of seeing him in person, I highly recommend it. He's got these down to a science. And then mind. Rajas and Sattva create mind, manas, cognition and action. The mind is not inorganic, it is alive. So these are alive, these are not alive. Yes? So
Okay.
tamas, because it is
Thank you.
inert,
That's
is
helpful.
inorganic. What's that?
Oh, I said thank you. That was helpful. But then you said something else.
Sorry. And then Rajas and Sattva creates living. Rajas and tamas, inorganic. Rajas and Sattva, living. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
I highly recommend you guys, page 7, first textbook. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of here fast because poor Renee is I'm always going over for her. So where did I leave off? I got Ruby and Laura. Karen, what is your question?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm on my iPhone, so I don't really have a question. You had mentioned like something that we'd probably need more help with and stuff. So I do have to say that since I missed the class that was on the Dhatus, I've been going over it on my own. Again, watching your video and going through the books and using other books to really try and understand it. And it has taken many even different applications of things until I finally, like in watching other videos and stuff too, that it was finally, more happening than when I saw it the first time. I just kind of shut the book. I was like, oh my God, this is like, I want to go meditate. I wanted to something out, go over that kind of stuff. It was making my brain hurt and I don't like it was too heady. But after a while, it got better. So I do have to say that between the Dhatus and probably, because I also missed the Srotas, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Srotas. Mm-hmm.
That's heady to me too. So those two things, and of course, those are my two blocks right now because the block is because I don't do well with like the heady stuff. I'm more flow and I want this and I have to buckle down. So as long as I buckle down, then I'll get it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good that you had both of those because they go together. So the Srotas are the channel for not only the Dhatus, but Srotas takes it to another level. So Dhatus is Rakta Rasa Rakta Mamsa Meda Asti Maja Shukra Artava. And then the Srotas are the channels for not only the Dhatus, but also prana, the vital breath, anna, the food, ambu, the water, and then urine, feces, and sweat, sveda, mutra, purisha. And then women, we have, when we are capable, we have stanya, lactation, and raja, which is menses. So it builds on the dhatus. And really, it's hard because it's different. It's not, this is the central nervous system. You have sympathetic and parasympathetic, and they're all connected physically. Or this is the endocrine system. It's not connected physically. It's connected through hormones. And it's the spleen and the parathyroids and the thyroid and the thymus and the pineal and the pituitary. Instead of the Western view, it is completely different. If you think back thousands of years ago, they didn't have microscopes. They didn't see anything except cause and effect. And then sometimes dead bodies, so they'd be able to, see what's going on within a human. But, and they did actually have cadaver labs in Takshila and those other universities and whatnot. or so I've been told. I wasn't there thousands of years ago. And so they were able to put together some things like the nerves, and they put it all together, and they understood that the bone spaces, the bone marrow, was also connected to the nervous system. Something that, and other things that allopathic medicine, our medicine, Western medicine, doesn't have capabilities or knowledge of, like the pancreas, touching my pancreas as I'm telling you this, and cloma, and the cloma in the brain, the choroid plexus in the brain, and how they have functional integrity. So it is difficult because it is completely different. But the truth is, when you have clients, you're going to want to know, just based off memorization, what the dhatu is that's affected, because Ayurveda therapies are directed towards the dhatus. Yeah. And especially, remember I gave that crazy homework that you guys all loved? The one about what's the kala for each dhatu? Do you know how hard that assignment was? That was so advanced. You guys did wonderfully. Well, the kala, the membrane, has the agni in it. And truthfully, you can think of it in non-physical terms, or you can think of it in physical terms. The kala of the bone, think of the outside, the periosteum of the bone. There's a kala. It has the agni in it. So you're not going to think the bone marrow has all the agni, the transformative property. You're going to think, okay, the bone, the periosteum has that. And that's going to get you thinking, oh, well, if the periosteum has that, I bet you all the connective tissue has that as well. And it does, which is why massage is so effective. It's like one of our #1 forms of treatment. So if you can't think of all of this stuff, and that's a 70-page chapter, the dhatus. Why did they give me that one to teach? I could not keep that in time if I wanted to. Well, just memorize the dhatus, and then little by little start relating it back. So when a client comes to you and they're excessively overweight and they need help, think fat, meta, fat, meta. And if that's all you can think of, that's fine. If you can't think of, well, what does it create? Sweat, lubrication, blah, blah. If you can't think of all that, it's fine. Get your book. You don't have to memorize this. We have these books. Then you go to the chapter and you're like, oh, so the upadhatu of that is, so if she's coming in and she's obese, she might have problems also with, and I should ask her about. And if you're doing a consultation, sit there with your book. They're going to appreciate this. And let them know, all right, well, hold on, let me check. All right, so do you also have problems with, and then, ask them. You don't have to memorize this, guys. Nobody does. It just takes years and years of doing it until it comes as second nature. It's like dancing. I say that, but I still look like a Sims character when I dance. But if you practice and you just do it again and again, you can't help but get better.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know if that helps at all.
Definitely. It is. It's the memorization of it all. Like, obviously, for the stuff that's super new, to you as well, it has its way with you, as it should. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the memorization part.
Yeah.
And the embodiment.
There are 7 dhatus. Just memorize them in order. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Maja, Shukra, Artava. Or Artava, Shukra if you're a feminist. That's fine. Mm-hmm. And then you can add on the srotas. Besides those srotas, channels, there's also prana and ana and food and ambu and then the excretory. And then when people come in, you can remember, oh, you're having problems with digestion? Let me check your srotas down there. How's your urine, your feces? How do you sweat? And you don't have to ask them to. You can also just test them, like with sweat. You can sweat them up with a heat pack and then see how much they sweat. Or smell. Oh, well, they smell ripe. That's high pitta. There's pitta going on through here. But take your time. I know it's overwhelming. I should be speaking much slower and clearer, but it's so much to get through. It's already 9:16. Renee, don't kill me. I love you. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Okay. Did I get Ivy? Ivy, you're next.
Molly.
Yeah.
What I find is exactly what collectively everyone's been saying, is that you get the concept, you wrap your mind around the whole theory, and that seems almost innate intelligence in us. And then it's just trying to get to know each tree and translating it into the language from which it originated, which is the Sanskrit. Yeah. So once I, like Karama said, really get down deep into it and get to really phonetically get that Sanskrit even more embedded in my brain. And in my material senses, then it will become more intuitive and more natural flowing, and the intelligence, I think, will manifest. But
Yeah.
right now I'm still trying to grasp a lot of the concepts, the trees themselves, just trying to get to know the seed from the hemlock, or,
Yes.
differences. And,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the bottom line right there, is I'm just trying to get to know
Yeah.
all the nuances of it.
So Sanskrit, I have something for you. There you are. Okay. All right. So when you start practicing this a lot, you will have connections. The reason I tell you guys on email, make friends with each other, is because you will use each other. Your friends are your resources. So here's one of my friends who I adore. He's one of my teachers. He's one of my gurus, Mike Dick. I hope, and I never say his last name, it always makes me smile, but I hope that he comes to teach you guys. He is beyond proficient. He was one of Dr. Ladd's first students. Like with Dr. Robert Svoboda, he calls him Robbie because they're friends. And Barbara Cook, who may or may not be teaching you guys Sanskrit later on, she's amazing. He knows her personally. So he sent me this. This is the Ayurvedic Institute, and this is a very old book of different sutras. I can't see myself anymore, so I hope you guys can see this. It has the Sanskrit, and then it has in English. It has his notes on it. So, and then he sent me some cassette tapes. So I'm trying to find a cassette player so I can hear it. But these tapes are Dr. Vasant Ladd's Ayurvedic Sanskrit Sutras, recited by Will Foster, Ayurvedic Institute. This is 1994. That's the year I graduated high school. And man, if I had gone there right after high school, I'd already know it. But the point is, make friends, get their information. You can go to the Ayurvedic Institute website, see if maybe they have something like this on there. If you go do their Ayurvedic Studies program, you will learn all of this and much more. I highly recommend it more than any other school of Ayurveda ever, anywhere. He is Karanji's teacher. He is Karan Chabot's teacher. So, and there's something about learning the language that something is written in. It gives you more magic, more feeling, more emotion, more vital life energy, more prana. There's more prana in the original words, which is why it is sad that I know so precious little Sanskrit. I just use the same ones over and over again, and that's why I reached out and asked for this. And it took this many stamps. So if you haven't already gotten everybody else's email in your class, get them. Form friends. Start just talking. Complain about stuff to each other, anything, so that you can be like, God, can you believe Molly gave us that crazy homework about Kala? What is wrong with her? Anything, so that you guys can make these connections and start getting more information. You will be drawn to that which you need. When the student is ready, the master appears. So you are each going to be teaching in one form or another, unless you just drop Ayurveda cold turkey. You will be teaching your clients. You might as well start teaching each other. Because if I'm talking to my friends, my colleagues, and I say something stupid like the vagina is alkaline and sperm is acidic, which is not true. Vagina is acidic and it's trying to kill the sperm. The sperm is alkaline. And I think I said something in another tape like, so they go together, because I wasn't thinking because I was tired. You guys are going to stop me and be like, wait, no, acid and alkaline don't go together. Or my friends are. But if you say it to a client, they're not going to know to stop you. They're going to take it in and be like, oh, acid and alkaline go together like friends. No, they don't. They try and kill each other. That's the point of it. So, so please, if you're studying the language, reach out to each other, because then you'll have another voice, another sound besides mine. I'm so American, it's ridiculous. But if you hear someone who has the Sanskrit, if you hear Simon, world of difference. Also, best class I've ever taken. So, so So learn from each other. You, Ivy, now you know, and everyone else listening, you know that Karima wants to learn Sanskrit too. So if any of you have a secret hidden desire in your heart, man, I want more Sanskrit, talk to Karima, start a study group, do something so that you have like talk to, just Skype each other so that you can hear each other. And don't be afraid. You're going to be wrong 1,000, 100,000 times. That's how you learn.
The earth element aspect of ABS is really wonderful. Like, I'm very hands-on oriented, very, like it's the manifest, right? So
Yeah.
that I just dig, you know what I mean? Like, that comes naturally, and the rest should follow, right?
Yes, and it takes time. My first run through 13 years ago, I was like, oh, Ayurveda. It was in some big spa, the Tide Gym, really great spa, little spa, but beautiful. And I did Ayurvedic body wraps. And the lead therapist taught us how to do it. I had no theory, I had nothing. I was like, oh, I know Ayurveda. No. And then I found the oils that they used were called Bindi, which led me to Pratima Raichur.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that line.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bindi.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She has a book out I recommend to all of you. I don't have it on hand right now. I don't know where I put it. I'm always reading it. It's called Absolute Beauty. If you ever thought, oh, I want to learn how to make lotion, soap, mascara, body washes, I want to know what oils go where, Absolute Beauty, Pratima Raichur. It also has yet another intro to Ayurveda in the beginning. Most Ayurvedic Vaidyanas give those in their books. So you get constant repetition, and that's how you learn. And then I learned that and just kept going. So, and you will too, I promise, I promise.
Thank you, Molly.
Oh, sure. Okay, thank you.
I had a quick question. You had going back to Mike, because you were hoping that he teaches in our class and stuff. Do we find? Can we access him or find like some stuff about him?
Let me see. What is his? Let me get online real quick. I'll find him in my emails. Compose Ayurvedist. Ayurvedist. Hold on. Nope. Okay, let me see. Let me try another one. It's at my other email address. Okay. Let's see if I can find him online. He's down in Florida, so I'm just gonna type in Florida Ayurveda Mike Dick into Google, and Dhanvantari. Here it is. Okay. So if you go to Ayurveda-Florida.com, that's him. Dhanvantari Ayurveda Center. He is, he's a miracle worker. He can touch your pulse and tell you, oh, you have no gallbladder. He's ridiculous. He knows all the layers of the pulse. The one thing that's the only bodywork therapy that's ever given me any trouble. So I'm like, is this the layer? Is this the layer? Or am I killing them? Oh, maybe I shouldn't. It's hard. And he knows it. I want him so much to come teach you guys. There's no one else that gets the pulse like he does. And he has complete Sama Prakriti. His Vata, Pitta, and Kapha is the same. It's balanced. It's crazy. He's amazing.
Okay.
So, yes, please go to Ayurveda-Florida.com and you can look at he has articles, he has dietary guidelines. If you go there tonight, you're not going to go to sleep on time. Like me when I'm looking for oils or new wholesale herbs. So, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. I don't think I got everything. Jason, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out. Jason, what is your question?
I didn't really have a question. I just know I gotta probably read the book again and let it all settle in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was definitely a lot to take in. I've been interested in this stuff for a while, but it was just a lot to take in and just trying to put it all together. But it will definitely, for me to read the book again, will help just kind of settle everything.
Yeah. That's what I've done. My first time through the book, it was overwhelming. I can't lie. My pitta went through the roof. I'm like, what am I doing? And then I took a break from it for a few months so I could read other things I wanted to and live a life. And then I went back in my tub every day, every morning, just going through whatever I wanted to for as long as I wanted to. No tests or anything afterwards, just took in what I could. And the whole time that I'm, in the tub reading it, I'm doing my pranayama. So this is a more Western style of study, to go through it, take an exam. I'm giving you guys like competitive little games and whatnot, but the truth is there's no competition and there's no obstacle except who we are. We are our own obstacle. So when you have a chance, I advise each of you to go through another chapter again, but breathe deeply, Sama Pranayama, as you're reading. And then you'll get lost in it, and then you'll think, oh, I haven't been breathing right, hold on. And once you get, do it like you would do yoga. So you know how you inhale going up, exhale Uttanasana, inhale Ardha Uttanasana, exhale full Uttanasana, or whatever you're doing for yoga. You do it with your breath, read with your breath. Your breath is the connection between your body and your mind, between your male and your female, between Purusha and Prakruti. It's the breath of life. Your breath connects your subconscious and your conscious. So if you're in your subconscious, you're like, man, I have 100 things to do. This is not going to be one of them. But your conscious is like, I got to get this. They're going to fight. But if you breathe, then it'll come to light. Oh, I have 100 other things to do. Well, I'll only read this much then, and I'll let my subconscious, be at ease, and then we'll go do the other 100 things. So you can find the balance better when you have pranayama while you're reading it. Does that help at all?
Hang on. It definitely does. Yeah, I just have to make sure I was unmuted again. Definitely does. I just, like you're doing, just rereading everything. It's got to go over it again.
Yeah.
It'll eventually sink in.
Yeah, you'll get there. And don't be ashamed, ever, ever. I mean, think of what you knew before you started this and what you know now. Now when you hear Vata Pitta Kapha, you have a whole different perspective. Rather, you're like, oh yeah, and they've got subtypes. And they move things in the body, and they do this. And when you began, you were different. Also, you guys are getting the lenses of Ayurveda. This is a different way of learning than American and Western styles of learning. If we were doing this right, there would be no online. You would be in person. You'd be doing pranayama while you're studying this. You would be living with your teachers. I already got 3 kids. Y'all can't come live with me. But you would be living with your teachers. You would be like scrubbing the floor for the teacher, and the teacher would come out and say, I need you to start chanting. I need you to start doing Rasa Rakta Mamsa Meda Asti Maja Shukra Artava. So as you're scrubbing your teacher's floor, you're like, Rasa Rakta Mamsa Meda Asti Maja Artava Shukra. Okay. And you just keep going. And you do that for like a day. And then the next day, Prana is the vital breath. Tejas is illumination. Ojas is energy and matter made manifest. And you'll chant that. Or they'll give you new mantras to chant. Or they'll give you bhakti, devotion. Or you'll be doing yoga classes. This is why it is so difficult to put Ayurveda into a school. Because I don't think you guys understood when you signed up. You're signing up for lifelong learning. If you want to be Ayurveda practitioners, I'm sorry to tell you, your bookcase is going to look like mine. Your desk is going to look like mine. You're going to be growing gardenia and jasmine for no reason. Your clients are going to beg you to make them the same thing that makes your face clear. What do you use? Oh, it's jatamansi and sandalwood and rose and kaolin clay or multani mitti or bentonite, whatever. So you're going to be doing this over and over. This style of learning, you're getting the basics from us. It's like a drop in the ocean. Even though it's overwhelming, I think that might be why it's overwhelming, because you're missing the whole context that it goes with, the life that you change. You change your life when you do this. So if you're overwhelmed, welcome to Ayurveda. It does get easier because you start to balance it, and in your own mind and in your own life.